I'm
No,
not
you tell me what you know, and then I'll fill in the gaps. I don't want to tell you stuff that you haven't found out yet.
We went to
because of my bad
Holland.
memory.
We went to the
the
Netherlands.
last thing we both really realised is that we've got to get a timeline sorted out.
Which you
I
haven't
guess
got yet.
it doesn't matter if you're like an independent artist or.
So okay,
Hold on. Let me see what I can give you. In Vanessa's bedroom, we open the portfolio. There's the unnameable and drawings. Is it there?
But it's all in Holland. The grid cap should be all about Holland.
Ah, right. Okay.
So you end up, you get to Amsterdam, you get to the police bureau, and see Inspector Visser to hand over to take the last effects of Belvedere's belongings
To
back
collect
to England.
them. We find out about the suicide in the hotel, which is called Krasnopolski. He arrived in Amsterdam via Rotterdam on the 28th of November, and his body was discovered on the 30th of November, a day after the first death of dismemberment that happened.
A transgender operation.
So we received the box, and in the box there's clothing, Dutch currency, a few sheets of paper, and a gun, which we don't get. I've got a note here about Wolfstanken.
In those sheets of paper is the last pages of a journal translated into English
from Black Latin.
Tells you about referring to the Necronomicon, about a ritual mentioned in there, an incantation, blood of a newborn, etc. You've got the handouts.
All right, okay.
Also amongst those people was a suicide note, a long suicide note, which Inspector Visser mistook for a work of fiction because it reads like a story. And if you want the suicide note, read H.P. Lovecraft's original story, The Hound.
Okay.
I've done, and I
can't read a whole book to find a
lot of
letter.
discrepancies. It just explains Belvedere shooting himself.
Have you got a reference to a page in that book? Because
it's the whole story is his suicide note. The original story is the whole story, written story in the book, is the suicide note. It's not a handout.
Someone's gonna come back to your house, knock on the door, and go, "Oh, hi, how you doing? Oh, please don't. I'm in the middle of a suicide note. Do you mind? Well, you've been weeks.
It's not that long.
I know. It's a fucking novel, mate. Do you mind? It's my suicide note. It's a fucking novel. A novel.
It's a short story.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's 6 pages long. But anyway, it's like there's no incriminating evidence. It's just a suicide note.
Okay. I've got next notes after the receiving of that stuff and getting the handout. September 19th. Nicholas van Scheveningen was visited by the winner and Belvedere, but never saw him after that. We get a calling card for the inspector. We find out that Manette Decker found Belvedere in the hotel.
You remember why Belvedere and St. John went to Scheveningen?
Yeah, this stuff regarding Albrecht Maasgramme and Allard van Scheveningen an ancestor of Nicholas van Scheveningen, who had discovered a book. Hold on. Allard found the papers. And Allard's book was famous for the Wolfsdonken book, who was an artist. Albrecht Maaskramer, who was alive for about 69 years, is buried in the Sint-Jan-Schahof churchyard.
Which we went to.
Jesus, God love a duck. Wolfsdonken, Albrecht.
St. Jan's churchyard.
Which we visited. And didn't we surmise that they found some kind of gem in the grave of Albrecht Markstramer?
That's fucking right. That's massive, isn't it? The gem. The gem that we think is like carrying the
jade?
curse or whatever.
Yeah. And that the Black Latin scripture was actually written by Albrecht Markstramer himself. Right?
The original what?
The journal, handwritten in Black letter Latin.
Was his.
Mm-hmm. And then we went to the house that the two went to investigate Albrecht Markstramer, and we found a secret room.
In his house?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Schevening's house.
With nothing more than what we already knew, which was the Latin letter.
Well, but then we was able to say, okay, it was Albrecht who wrote it.
Yeah.
Because at first we thought it was one of the boys.
Yes, we did, didn't we? Thought it was Belvedere.
Now, in the beginning, I thought that these two were corrupt and sought the corrupt, but I think this gem sent them through Lally.
Jerome, I've got this guy named Jerome. It's after September 19th. I think he's the first victim.
Was he the gravedigger?
Jerome is the gravedigger, I believe, yes.
Yeah. Do we have a date in our handout?
It was November sometime.
Jerome Haverkamp.
Yeah.
19th of December.
Oh. Wait, but it says last November 7 people killed in Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So, you go to the graveyard, you discover that it has been disturbed relatively recently, and there was a buzzard half buried in the earth of the grave. Now, that's actually a reference to the story.
Right.
The original Lovecraft story. And you suss out that someone's watching you.
Yeah, Yusuf, surely the first death is the 29th of November, 1919.
28th of November.
28th, is it?
Well, what happens on that date? What do you know happens on that date?
We know that the arrival of Belvedere happens in Rotterdam on the 28th.
And his friend, isn't it?
No, this is when he's ran off.
Okay, so this is the second time.
Oh, so this Jerome being killed must be 1919, not 1920. No, 19. No, it must have been 19.
19th of December, 1919.
19th of December, 1919.
And that was in Amsterdam
No,
or Rotterdam?
But in September.
Amsterdam.
Sorry, not December. In November in 1919, someone was killed.
Yeah, in Rotterdam. Right,
Okay.
you're jumping ahead slightly because you're sort of working on clues that you haven't actually got yet. Physically.
No, not at all. We know for a fact that somebody died the day before Belvedere was found. Oh no, it is the 28th. Somebody died on the 28th of November in 1919.
Here's the thing, right? We just
Yeah,
spotted
in
someone.
Rotterdam.
We just spotted someone checking us out, and we come to find it is the inspector. Now, if there's anybody who knows who died when and where, it would be this guy.
Right, guys, sorry, stop. I've got to clear this shit out of the room.
What shit?
No, George, you've done the shit, and it's fucking horrible.
Oh,
Literal shit.
literal shit. Yeah. I can smell it from here.
Yeah, it's rank, man.
Yeah, man.
What are you feeding that cat?
Have you had a COVID-19 test, you said? No. Oh. You weren't near old people. You can voluntarily have one, you know.
I know. I haven't really suffered from any symptoms.
Nor did I, but I still took one. I'm going to do another.
All I know is if I got it, I know where I got it from.
Yeah,
Work.
work. Well, you could be a super spreader, innit? You don't even know you have it, and you can be spreading it.
It's not convenient. It's not easy to get fucking tested.
Oh, it was easy for me. I drove to Chester World of Adventures. There was nobody else there. I drove in, no cars anywhere. There's about 8 booths. Got seen straight away. Took
Those
5
testing
minutes.
places still there.
I don't know. You have to go on the.
To be honest, I haven't looked into it. But anyway.
It was fucking easy.
Cool. Oh, don't spray that over here, man.
Yeah,
that
dude.
stinks.
That went right in my face.
It makes the shit smell sweeter.
Oh fuck, that was a
You got a window you can open.
bad one. Yeah, it's wide.
Huh.
Well, where were we before we were rudely interrupted by cat shit?
Now, I think if we just begin straight away, we can ask this detective all these questions. If we manage to nab him.
Well,
This inspector,
who
even.
doesn't know all the dots?
No, we can put the... No, he must know the dots. He's a fucking policeman. The dots
Whatever
are
we have,
who died when.
whatever we know, it should be. Oh, for fuck's sake! It should be in our pins.
Well, not necessarily. When did the men, Belvedere and his friend, when did they come first to Amsterdam? Was that the 28th of November? They went to Rotterdam or Amsterdam?
When they both went there together.
Yeah, together.
To visit Schlesingen.
Yep. When was it and where did they go? Because we've been told that.
That was...
September 19th. Don't know the year.
September 19th. 19... What?
18.
Let's see, on September 19th. 1919. And
Where was it?
September
Amsterdam?
19th, 1919.
Yeah, Amsterdam or Rotterdam?
Amsterdam.
And then they went to the graveyard.
Yeah, when?
Found the gem.
What, a few days after they arrived, or did it take
Well, it
them
must have been.
Same day.
same day?
And didn't somebody die that day?
That's what I
Isn't
thought.
that
I
isn't
thought
that
that was
Jerome?
Jerome.
Oh,
Damn. misled. I've got it here. Yeah. 7 people killed in Rotterdam. One of them Jerome.
That was in November, not September.
Which is weird. And the newest deaths in Amsterdam started when?
Newest deaths, the latest deaths.
Yeah, latest.
8th of March. 8th of March. The latest deaths, 8th of March.
And when?
September 19.
Yesterday.
And when? Who killed themselves? Belvedere.
Yes.
When did he arrive back?
Who arrived back
Belvedere.
where?
He came back to Amsterdam and topped himself off, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And when was that?
Well, that was, we know that date. It's like the 30th
Of
November. He was dead.
$1919.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double check that.
That can't be right.
No, that is right. That's Belvedere's death.
Wait, they went on the 28th of November.
St. John de Winter was buried in 27 in
Don't care about that.
1919 December. December the 14th, 1919. That was when John de Winter was buried.
Eh? Why happened Belvedere be dead then by November?
It wasn't. I don't know where you got that from.
Sorry, 1919.
And when did Belvedere die?
I'll tell you where I've got
Belvedere
that from.
was reported in the newspapers on December the 3rd, 1919. So, right, November the 30th, 1919, Belvedere's body discovered.
Told you.
Sorry, say that again.
Belvedere's body was discovered on November the 30th, 1919.
Like I've been trying to say.
So 2 days later. Oh, this doesn't make any sense at all because here he says.
The reporting.
2 days after the victims were found in Rotterdam.
So
Asking the wrong questions here. It doesn't matter when De Winter died.
I don't care about that either. Like, so I've got
But
it
it
written
was
here.
before November the 30th, the 28th.
So
we know that.
I've got it here that they both went over to on September the 19th. They both go to Amsterdam and find the gem.
Yeah.
Then De Winter is buried on December 14th.
No, the next thing that happens is Jerome. Jerome's
De
got
Winter and Belvedere visit Amsterdam in 1919, September the 20th.
Right?
No, the 19th, Youssef. Stop giving us different dates. September 19th, 1919.
Okay, and then the next day they visit the grave.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, I've got De Winter and Belvedere. September 1919, the 20th. De Winter and Belvedere visit Amsterdam. Visit the grave of Albert Marksheimer.
Yeah.
September the 20th, 1919.
Yeah. And then we want to know the very first death and the date of that very first death. And I thought it was
in the Netherlands. The first death in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
The first reported death of the Schlachter was 28th of November 1919 in Rotterdam. 7 victims.
And that happened to those 7 people coincided with the visit of Belvedere.
Bit of Belvedere where?
When Belvedere wanted to kill himself, supposedly. 7 dead. 7 dead. Is that
Belvedere's body was discovered on the 30th of November.
Yeah.
correct?
And
2
when,
days after the 7 people were discovered dead in Rotterdam. Yeah, 2 days.
when was
later.
when was De Winter found dead?
At the end of November-ish. I'm going to place it around about the 25th without any knowledge.
18th of November.
Wow.
There you go. So those 7 people, is that all in one day, Yusuf? Is that what we understand as that being all in one day? 7
Yeah,
people.
that's what you get from the backstory in the current newspapers.
All right.
Now that's what you know before you start speaking to Inspector Visser, who's been following you,
Yeah.
and
Curtain up, boys.
No, hold on. This Jerome. Didn't we get a date for that?
19th of December.
The 19th of December.
One of 2 victims in Amsterdam on that date.
Sorry, can you say that again?
One of 2 victims who died in Amsterdam on that date, according to the vicar of the church.
And that's the 29th of December. 2 victims.
19th of December.
19th of December.
In Amsterdam.
That's way later. Okay, 1919.
Yeah, but that means someone else has got the jade gem in
Jerome.
Amsterdam.
What was his
Along
name?
with-
Jerome Grace or something?
Jerome Haverkamp.
Haverkamp.
And the other victim was some prostitute who I don't know the name of, says the vicar.
Maybe that was Grace.
Someone called Grace.
So,
The 5 that were dead in Hull, that was when we were heading over, and that's March, isn't it?
what's the date today?
The 9th of March.
And we got there, so it was the 7th. Is it the 7th? Is that right, Yusuf, for the 5 dead in Hull? Or the 6th of March? Oh, gruesome family slain in Hull.
Oh, you've got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just happened to look up and it was actually there.
Someone
Elspeth
put...
Tanner killed, crazed, blah. So the motherfucker hasn't got a date on that. There's no date on it, Yusuf.
No, hold on.
But it's definitely March 1920.
Somebody put in chat, can you tell the guy with the weird naked lady on top of him, which is you, Yusuf, to roll him a spliff as well?
What weird naked lady?
Well, if you look on the Twitch channel, I've covered up parts where your wife can be seen and come in, because I thought she'd value her privacy. And so
He wants me to roll a split.
yeah.
Well, All I can do is just
Poke for him.
poke for you. There you go, brother.
And someone else put, "Hey
So-
guys, I'm trying to listen in, but you guys are a bit quiet." Oh,
Yeah, sorry, we are digressing.
Yusuf.
2 days before you arrived in Amsterdam, that newspaper is dated.
Okay, so that is the 5th.
Pencil gone.
5 dead in Hull.
It's my pencil gone.
Behind that is December the 19th with Jerome Havercap and some other victim. Before that, I've got De Winter. Before that is Belvedere. No, De Winter being buried, sorry. That shouldn't even be on the timeline as a burial.
why not?
When did I say? What date did you make that gruesome murder in Hull?
The 5th. We arrived in Amsterdam on the 7th, so call it 5th.
Somebody said, "Truly amazing delivery of this story by the far right guy," meaning you, Mark. And they say, "I think he deserves a raise." Shame you guys aren't watching on the Twitch stream. You can see all this chat.
I thought, Yusuf, that you'd said something about somebody being killed the day they went to that graveside and got whatever thing they got out of that grave.
I was under that impression as well.
Good.
Mark's Rammer's grave.
Yes.
Yes.
I think you're talking about the grave digger, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which actually I thought was Jerome.
Yes.
Yep. That's what I
That's
thought.
right.
Wait, what?
That was on the 19th of December.
Doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
Months after they'd visited and dug up the grave. Months later.
Mm.
De Winter and Belvedere weren't even around at the time.
Exactly.
19th of December.
In fact, hold on. All right. So De Winter died on the 18th of November. We've got a date for that. And the 19th of December, in another part of the world, 2 people are dead.
In Amsterdam.
If wherever Jerome Havercap died.
He is one of the 2 that died on the 19th of December.
In Amsterdam, is it?
In Amsterdam.
Or they might have come back and we don't know it. Are we-
Belvedere, you've got his time of death, haven't you?
18th of November.
Belvedere.
Oh, Belvedere, yeah. 30th of November.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was when his body was discovered. Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, 30th of November.
Oh, no, wait a minute. No, 18th of November. That's the 19th of December.
Yep.
A month later. All right, okay. Forget that then. Well, my brain went there to read the date.
Last question from me. Do we know I can't remember.
So the first death that we know about, as far as we're concerned, linked to being dismembered by some entity, is De Winter. He's the first death.
Yeah. That was our first lead.
So he totally is the first death. Not when they went over there and dug up a grave. Not until they got back and did what they did.
No. Well, in
And
20th
then-
of November, yeah.
And then 10 days later, 7 are dead in Rotterdam.
So basically, when he goes back to kill himself, people start turning up dead. And then there are new murders now happening.
No.
Is that right, Yusuf, or not?
No, there's 7 dead before Belvedere's dead.
What?
What?
On the
There's
20th
7.
on the 28th of November, 7 victims. Right? But how long was he dead before they found his body?
So they reckon that he died on the 29th, but was
Right.
found
On the
on the 30th.
So how do they really know? He could have been the 27th. He died.
Oh, dude, you can't
No
spot.
one-
No, the forensics
No
of
one
this.
actually-
Sorry, you
You've
said.
not seen the forensic report
I'm
or
guessing.
the medical examiner's notes. So there's no way you know exactly when Belvedere died, but you do know that his body was discovered on the November the 30th.
Yeah, and there is also a limit to what kind of red herrings you could be given, and that would be a shitty red herring if that was like, oh, Belvedere
Yeah.
actually died just before that 7 people. I'd be like, you fucking what?
Yeah, going back to your comment about there must be a limit on red herrings. No, there isn't.
No, not a limit to the red herrings, but that kind of a thing can't be a red herring. You can't have that date. That 28th of November, 7 dead. 2 days later, Belvedere found on the 30th, and some kind of question as to when he died. If it says it's 28th,
It's a good summarization.
died. That's the
Died
best they can do in those days. That's the best.
It's a good summarization to say that Belvedere died between the 28th and the 30th.
Better, and therefore after the 7 dead in Rotterdam.
Because Belvedere's travel itinerary
Took him through there.
Took him to Amsterdam via Rotterdam.
Yeah.
De Winter was found dead on the 18th.
De Winter was, torn apart on the 18th, yeah.
18th of
November.
Yeah, that's right. We can. I was going to ask, how long had he been in Amsterdam? Do we know that before he committed suicide? Was it a few days, one day?
Well, he was in Rotterdam on the 28th. 2 days later, he was dead in Amsterdam.
So he was on Rotterdam on 28th when there were 7 victims.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 28th, 7 victims die. Then he carries on going after doing whatever happened. Gets to Amsterdam, books into a hotel, kills himself, found on the 30th.
Okay, should we begin?
Or was he killed or was he torn apart? Shit, have we defined that?
Belvedere shot himself.
Shot. I'm writing that down. Gun.
And we think...
Gun.
A clean death, relatively speaking.
And I happen to think Albrecht Markströmer is behind it still. He's somewhere lurking in the background, controlling.
As far as you know, he shot
He's
himself.
the gem, don't we, basically?
Something about the gem. Anyhow.
You triggered something when you said that. So Belvedere basically has shot himself so his soul doesn't get sucked into the gem.
No.
He basically cheated.
Like Markströmer did.
Or Markströmer, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And for some reason, you seem to think that a maid has the jade gem now.
Okay, so I'm saying maid, right?
Right, the maid in question.
Minette Decker, that's her name, Manette. She found Belvedere. So if he was in possession of the gem, she's the first person that had the opportunity to take it. The next people, I don't know who, but she's the only name we've been given related to finding him.
Well, I would suggest it's some kind of... It's someone who related to a ship, or rather a boat, because there were murders in Amsterdam recently, and there were murders in Hull recently.
Plus that weird mention of a sailor in the...
Now, if we go back to England and there are more murders...
Yeah, here it is.
Then it's following you.
No,
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe.
Wherever you go, there seems to be usually murders.
Is this why this inspector's searching us, checking us out?
So in this bit of paper, it says no link is being made to the brutal murder of a sailor, now identified as Jan Kuipers of Rotterdam at the docks 2 days earlier. Okay, so that's another death. on the 3rd. Shit the bed. 3rd.
There you go. Nice.
3rd, 4th, 5th, 3rd. Wait. That's that. All right. So on the 3rd of March, Yusef. That's right, isn't it?
Holy fuck, that means it came off the boat, murdered a sailor, then went to Hull. So maybe it's travelling down to the fucking mansion. Maybe it's going back home. Because do you remember? Oh wait, we should be doing this in character. Anyway, can we just get this inspector to trap us what he's doing?
Hold on. March 3rd. What was that name I said? Jan Kuipers.
There's another name from that
Jan.
handout as well.
Jan. Sorry, Yusef, say that again.
In that handout, it also says police are currently seeking the Tanner's next of kin, Mrs. Tanner's brother, Peter Davey, aged 30.
Okay. Peter Davey, can we consider him as a survivor? Almost.
Read the whole card, Mark.
Read the whole thing again. Oh, I'm sorry about this, viewers. I'll tell you what, I'll read it out.
You haven't read it out yet. You haven't read it out in character.
Gosh, I'll read it out as Tulip. All right, let me get this correct now. Gruesome murders in Hull. Family of 5 slain. Philip and Elspeth Tanner and their 3 children, Charles, 12, Anne, 10, and Edward, 9, were brutally murdered yesterday. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. The police have yet no information on the killer or killers. They've warned citizens of Hull to be on their guard while remaining calm. No link is being made to the brutal murder of the sailor now identified as Jan Kruppers in Rotterdam at the docks 2 days earlier, even though Customs Officer Philip Tanner worked there. Oh, damn. Thank you for making me read that again. Okay, let me just write a note about that. Philip Tanner worked in Rotterdam. Customs Officer Philip Tanner. Okay, just gonna write that down.
What for?
So that I don't have to look for it. When I want the information, it'll be written right here. Philip Tanner worked Customs
Kind of a good investigator taking notes.
worked Customs in Rotterdam, where Jan Kuiper was killed. Police are looking for the next of kin, Miss Tanner, and just Peter Davey. Okay, so they're looking for Peter Davey. And why they're looking for Peter Davey?
Next of kin of the people that got killed.
Next of kin? Oh, man. Hi there, Mr. Davey. I'm afraid all your family's dead. Not gonna be nice. I wouldn't want to bring that news.
So are we...
So, yeah. Kuiper. There. The Winter dead. 7 dead. Belvedere dead. 30th of November, and it's then...
Yeah, can you send a link for your Twitch account? I might as well have that on.
Sure.
It's 19 days later for the next death.
I can remember what it
Rome
is.
Havercap in Amsterdam. Then it was Jan Kuiper in Rotterdam. Then it was Hull.
What's that, I think?
Do we have
No.
any murders after Hull?
Don't press that.
We are We are already on our way to see the inspector, right?
He's right in front of us, watching our moves.
Okay, Inspector. Hello.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute. Don't you
I got a
remember?
timeline to show you.
So I click on Clarion 69 Twitch.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, actually. If you want to see what everyone else is seeing, but you're going to get an echo then.
Maybe, but
I'm going to try and open it up in a different window.
Yeah, but dude, you're only going to see what you're already seeing.
No, I can't see any comments.
that's
So,
because you've just logged in.
oh, should we be looking at their comments? Should we be looking at your comments, chaps? Are you asking questions?
People were trying to type to us, but I didn't see it. But.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry guys, we can't see what you're saying. And we get... Hold on. Don't have to have the sound on.
That was the chat there, I've just posted it. How cute.
The chat.
It's not working on my end, so...
Don't worry about it. Do you have to log into a Twitch account, is it asking you?
Again?
Okay, so I'm going to just hit the Twitch thing. Just so that I can see what the comments are. I need to...
You can't, I've just posted the only comments in our chat.
Bosh, okay, that's that.
It's funny.
Okay, so I'm just looking for where these guys write stuff. Where do they write it?
It's on the right hand side, but there's no one writing anything at the moment.
Oh, okay. All right, so that needs
But
to be...
I've posted what they put in our chat.
It needs to be there. Okay, I can see their chat now.
Still loading.
Anywho.
All right, there's 2 people watching at the moment. Huh.
Those that are watching, I'm just getting into the Amsterdam spirit of things and rolling one.
Good roleplay, Yusuf.
Nice. It's too slow. Good.
Just kill it. It's killing your bandwidth, I think, Yusuf.
Exactly how
Stop.
much delay is there? It looks like there's a lot.
I'm not sure.
Talking about playing our conversation about red herrings.
Are they?
Never mind. Right. Just gonna.
Yeah, torn apart on the 18th.
Oh.
Miles back. November. Wow. Wow, that's quite a delay, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I've never tested it.
Oh, it's a massive delay. We're talking about 18th of December and stuff.
Damn.
So even if they did write something, we wouldn't know what they were referring to. So if you write something, be specific about what your reference is about so we can do that, because
I'm back.
How we can
it's
see.
about 30-second delay.
Right, boys, let's get on with this.
Who's got the 30-second delay?
Quick count. At least I'm gesticulating about stuff that happened ages ago.
Are you?
Hmm.
Yeah, you mean on the Twitch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anywho. So, we run into the inspector to try and catch him. Because he's watching us from afar. We noticed.
Puts the newspaper that was covering his
Oh
face
my God, that's where the credits came out.
Yeah.
Puts it under his arm and smiles at
He smiles at us.
us. Yeah, as we
Yeah,
approach.
well, as we approach, cool.
Inspector.
Guess I'm not as good. I'm not as good as I used to be.
Was that you
It's
before?
okay. We're pretty good at what we do.
Yeah, did we not spot you before up there, the gate?
So
At the graveyard.
Yes. Well, I won't beat about the bush.
Good.
What were you doing at the graveyard?
Following up the investigations regarding all of the oogie boogie that we had previously talked about. Now, we discovered some things from Mr. Nicholas Van Scheveningen
Yes.
that he was visited by the winner, and he told us about the grave that they wanted to see, and that grave has been subsequently disturbed, for want of a better phrase, and it seems that the deaths that have been happening in Rotterdam, Amsterdam, and in Hull all seem to have the trademark death causes of the so-called slachte of that you guys have been calling it. We're also trying to compile a timeline whereby we can find the first associated death and the last associated death and see if there is any kind of a pattern. And we kind of have found a pattern. It's a geographical pattern.
I see.
Would you like to discuss this further somewhere else, Inspector, or do you want to carry on the streets?
Yes, I know a nice little cafe we can go and talk quietly by the canal.
Now that sounds nice and civilized.
So
That sounds lovely.
you walk down to the canal, and there's like a coffee shop there, and takes a seat outside the coffee shop. It's quite busy. And he orders some coffee.
I'll have a latte, I think they call it.
I think you're a bit early for lattes.
Could I have a cafe au lait?
Sure.
That definitely predates any of that, because I was in Portugal in 1988 ordering cafe con leche, well before any of this. So the coffee with milk thing was there for a while.
Okay, so you're all sitting comfortably having coffee and cafe au lait and croissants or whatever.
Yes, I said 1988, by the way.
Please continue, Miss Jones.
So we're trying to compile a timeline. As far as we can see, everything so far goes far as back as, I guess, it's September 19th, when both of the gentlemen went to see Mr. Scheveningen. But the first death didn't occur until the winner was fatally murdered.
Murders are usually fatal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking about something like that myself. It was kind of terminal at the time.
Yes, they tend to be. Murders tend to be terminal.
They do tend to be terminal, don't they? He was torn apart, rendered, as you might say, apart. The next we see as being the 7 people that were killed in Rotterdam on the 28th of November, 1919. We don't have many details regarding these brutal murders. Maybe you could fill in some of those gaps for us. Were they all in the same house, for instance?
Well, of course, I'm not involved in the Schlachter killings, in the investigation of the Schlachter killings. That's not Inspector Timbergen.
So you're only involved with Jerome Havacap and the other lady that was killed here.
Yeah, what's your interest in all this?
On the 19th of December, yeah. So your only interest is in this murder, is that correct?
Not quite.
You see, Inspector, what I'm trying to say is there is no distinction between any of these murders, regardless as to where they were.
I'll be right back.
They're all linked. The Schlachter is the same Schlachter that killed the Winter, the 7 in Rotterdam, the 2 here in Amsterdam, and the 5 in Hull. Welcome to the chat room. It looks like Neil said that.
I was only involved in the investigation of Belvedere's death. I have got nothing to do with the investigation of the slaughter, the Schlachter. As you know, you came to me to recover Belvedere's effects.
Of course. Would you be able to put us in touch with the person or persons in charge of the Schlachter investigation?
Timbergen.
Tim Bergen? Or did you say Jim?
His full name is Inspector Pete. That's his first name, and his surname is Tinbergen. Tin Bergen, one word. He's in charge of the Schlachter murders, killings.
And where is he based? Rotterdam?
Amsterdam.
Oh, here.
Yes.
Is he in your building? If he's in your building, that would be terrific. You could introduce us, and then we wouldn't have to do all of the complicated stuff about who we are, where we're from, what do we know, why do we know it. You can just introduce us as people that are investigators trying to help break this thing. Yes? No? Go to the back of the room.
Just reading a bit of background. Sorry, he doesn't pause.
It's okay. That happens a lot, viewers.
Sorry.
Without hesitation.
All right. So while you're talking, Visser's been writing stuff down in a notebook. Not necessarily what you're talking about. He's writing something down. You can see he's like a list. He's writing down some dates and then notes next to the dates.
Cool. Good. He's paying attention.
Yeah, I could introduce you to Tim Bergen, but I warn you, probably drowning in paperwork. But yeah, I think possibly I could. I'll introduce you anyway. See how it goes.
Inspector.
In the meantime,
Inspector.
yes,
I have a question
Mr.
before you ramble on. Do you happen to know when the last death in Amsterdam occurred? What date? I mean, you might know that, right?
Last death in Amsterdam,
Yeah.
2nd of March, 1920. 2nd of
And what
March.
was that? And what was the cause of death?
Same as the other victims, I believe. A prostitute.
Oh, that's the prostitute that you're talking
Right.
about. So
Different.
that.
The new prostitute.
Okay. Wow. Did you just inadvertently find another victim there, Neil?
Maybe.
No, that's the last victim from Amsterdam.
And that's after Jerome and the other victim.
The latest victim in Amsterdam. The latest victim of the Schlachter.
Is the 3rd.
Yes.
2nd of March.
2nd of March.
Yes. We got that. You just said it. And also, that's not. No, it can't be. That's not including the two that. Can we have an inspector? Could you mind giving me a name to the other victim that was found along the same time as Mr. Jerome Haverkamp?
Lily van Doesburg.
Please to repeat.
Lily van Doesburg.
Lovely.
Tulip.
And the prostitute's name. Do you have the name for the prostitute?
That was the prostitute's name.
So that's what I was trying to clarify. Coming out of character now. So right. So Jerome.
So the prostitute.
Stop. Let me finish. So Jerome, you said that Jerome was found at the same time as somebody else.
Lily van Doesburg. Yeah, he was found
on the 19th of December, and you said somebody else was killed then as well.
Yes, a prostitute called Lily van Doesburg.
Yeah, but they were killed on completely different dates.
No, Lily van Doesburg and Jerome Haverkamp were the two victims on the 19th of December.
So what's this, the 2nd of March then? Who's this victim?
The latest victim in Amsterdam is the prostitute Bette de Vries.
Here we go. But
Betty.
So Tulip, we have the last death in Amsterdam was the 2nd of March. Then there was the 3rd of March in Hull, and the 5th of March in Hull. And then we left England.
Oh, wait a minute. No. The 3rd of March in Hull. That was Jan Kruiper. That wasn't in Hull. That was in Rotterdam.
So
it had to be because it was traveling from there to here.
Right, is that right?
So it's good. It's making sense. It's good.
Then it's going from Rotterdam to Hull. Who's to say it's not still in England?
Well, let's see. It's gone. It's actually gone and started in Amsterdam. That little spate started on the 19th of December, the 2nd of March.
Tulip.
Betty, yeah.
Destruction follows that J Jam. I think it's
sure.
now in Hull.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're coming to. I'm hoping that this is what we're coming to now, and that what we need to do is get the hell back.
Indeed, like now.
But I really would like to. I really would like to speak to this Mr. Pete Tinbergen. to let him know that he's not going to find the killer here.
Well, we'll soon see.
And I'd be happy to invite him to come along with us
Mm-hmm.
after a talk.
Here comes a handout.
Here comes a handout. I saw that guy said earlier on, are you comedians?
Is that right?
Well, yeah. I think maybe we're trying
Comedian
not
role
to
playing.
be. Yeah. Trying to be entertainment for you.
Yeah, dude.
Because damn, we all like to think we're a comedian, don't we?
Oh, shower.
Everybody likes to think that they can make people laugh.
Here comes
I know
another.
what
Yeah.
I know what I need to do now.
Touch
And
yourself.
I can't type in the stream chat room. Did you write down welcome to the chat room?
No, I didn't. I should have done, right?
No, it's already been written. Somebody's written it.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that just happens.
What was the last one you got?
10th of February, 17th of February, 24th of February.
The last handout.
It's all right.
Oh, look at that. You've done all the dates. Yeah, they had to be checked.
And don't forget to pin them.
It's already been pinned.
Is it?
Must have been, because I can't pin it.
Oh,
Oh, that's weird.
I think it is.
Should have 4.
I'm trying
Should
to
have
share
4.
them all, yeah.
Oh, pin. Pin? All right, weird.
1, 2, 3.
I see what you're doing, Neil. Yeah, pin. You said there's one more.
Yeah, coming its way.
One, 2, 3.
Last one.
Doubled.
If we?
Yeah. All right. So the third one,
Hold on, let me check.
What do you mean doubled? What's doubled?
second and third one you've posted are both the same. Oh, no, they're not. 10th of February. Yeah, they are.
Okay, so we've got 28th of November to the 2nd and 3rd of January. 10th of February. Oh.
You got that twice.
You're missing January the 17th and the 31st of
Yeah,
January.
I got that one now. Let me share that.
Oh, you got it? I did send it to you,
Yeah,
did I?
I've got it.
Ah, shit.
Put
How
that-
do you delete?
Can you
How do you
put that-
delete?
Delete
How do you-
all but the first post and then put the next post as the January the 17th,
Okay.
then 10th of February, then 24th of February.
I don't know if that answers my question. How do we remove the one in the pinned messages?
I think if I just delete it, it gets removed.
Okay.
Right, so is that right
So this is
so far?
Okay. We've got 2 in there now so far.
Yeah.
Starting the
That's still
9th
wrong.
of March.
yeah.
That's
You
still
need to
wrong.
delete the 10th of February one.
Hold on.
What?
If you could just get Discord on your phone, Yusuf, it'd be so much easier. Alright, so I'll delete this one. Is that right?
Why is your father pinning stuff?
Because he can.
20th of February. 19th of December.
Here we go.
19th of December.
Why are you repeating what Neil's doing, Neil? No. What? Yeah, okay. That's it, yeah.
These stoners.
2nd and 3rd of January. 2 victims in Amsterdam, 2nd and 3rd of January. We haven't got January written down anywhere. No,
Oh, well,
no.
We have
not.
now.
Well, we have now, but we didn't do.
No matter, lad.
Well, look at this, 10th, the 17th of February, 24th of February. These victims are all over the months. They're everywhere. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 handouts. Which one isn't pinned?
Who's to say they didn't come back a couple of times?
Oh, we've only got one. The start. November, okay. So that's the first one. Wow.
Wait, are we in the 8th of March now?
Yes. Yes, we are.
9th of March.
So there were victims yesterday.
In Rotterdam.
You said it was the 8th earlier on, but okay.
No, the last victim in Amsterdam, which is what I was asked,
Yep.
was the one on the 2nd. But not the last victims, the last killings were Rotterdam, as it says there,
Damn. What the
which was
fuck?
yesterday.
Okay.
Those Rotterdam killings haven't been confirmed as Slack the victims yet. Too early.
Oh, wait a minute. That messes us up.
Was it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, what it means is it's gone over to Hull
And then come back.
and it's come back. So we are in the right place.
It might be a sailor who has it. Maybe it's
6.
on the ship. Hidden on the
6.
ship.
6 victims yesterday. These people aren't being killed near the sea. Whoever it is can run about on land.
Tulip, I think we should go down to the dock, see which ship was in Hull that day and in Rotterdam today.
That's a lovely idea, but I'd really like to speak to this Peter Tingbergen first.
What's he going to help us with? We know what's killing the people. It's this jam. We just got to find the jam.
Jam. Killer Jam.
Jam, I said. You know, like
Jam. Gem.
like a
Gem.
shiny thing.
Oh, a gem.
Yeah, that's right, jam.
Jam.
Well, the thing is, we're here at the... we can go to the station really quickly and get this done. Maybe he'd want to join us. And 3's better than 2. As an aside, Neil, you're always trying to drag some NPC in. This would be a legitimate reason to drag an NPC into our shit.
What's the name of this guy we're talking to right now?
Vinner. Inspector Vinner.
Inspector Vinner. What if I told you...
Not Vinner, it's Visir.
Visir. Inspector Visir. What if I told you that the murders are of a supernatural design, and it is in fact following a jade jam that we have managed to track down, the Belvedere and De Winter once had?
And bearing in mind we'd already spoken about Oogie Boogie.
If my summation is correct, perhaps that gem is on that ship.
You're assuming it's on a ship and going backwards and forwards?
Yeah.
But who's then carrying the gem? I mean, is the gem completely on its own, floating around in the air?
I'll only believe that if you show me evidence.
Okay, where are we? Can we go to a dark room a minute?
I'll see you in a second.
Show me evidence. He means evidence of these murders being committed
Not
by
a magic trick.
supernatural means,
So-
not your ability to cast magic.
Damn. Okay, I get you.
Well, Inspector, so far, the only tiny fabric and shred and tissue of evidence we have is the fact that people have been torn apart on 2 continents so far, in the same way, with
Yes,
no
I
explanation.
agree. I agree. There is a distinct link
But
between
nobody,
the killings in England and the killings here.
but Inspector, nobody knows that. Nobody realizes that. Peter Tinbergen does not realize that. He needs to realize that Rotterdam and Amsterdam, the docks of Hull, it's all one thing.
Well, let's see what he has to say then.
Fabulous. I can't wait.
Finish
How
your
old is
coffee.
he?
How old is
he, by the way?
who? Linear.
Pete Tinbergen.
He's in his 50s, Tim Bergen.
Okay. All right. Would you say he's kind of broad-minded, open-minded, narrow-minded, fixed, focused, dogmatic, pragmatic? Would you?
Uh-oh, Mark's frozen.
Yeah, Mark's frozen. Unfortunate expression on his face, isn't it? Tell him to tell him to disconnect and reconnect.
Oh, bless him. I think I've done too much. I want to
Tiny bit. You can always add, but you can't take away.
try.
You can try, but
Mark got the blue screen of death. He'll be back.
I think we should take this to the Hoofdcommissaris, the Commissioner Van Meegeren.
And why?
Before we go to Tinbergen, he says, make a psychology roll. First roll of the game.
First roll of the night, boys. Psychology. Oh shit, I should have my sheet out, really.
It's Mark.
I'll roll. 3%.
3%, is that an extreme?
It is. I think.
What's your psychology?
36.
You need, oh, your psychology is 36.
Yep.
That means a 7 is an extreme.
So I get an extreme.
What?
My banana bread.
Oh, can I have some?
A minute, I've just done it.
Okay, I haven't had my pizza yet either.
Yeah.
oh, right.
Yeah, he says I think Tim Bergen is incapable of coming to a conclusion in this investigation. I think we should take this information and I will introduce you to the commissioner.
How open will he be to this case?
He says, and you think that he's got an ulterior motive.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, your video's off.
Right, hold on.
And you missed the psychology roll.
No, I didn't.
Do you hear us?
No, I missed it.
So you did miss the psychology roll.
I'm going to make it now, though, aren't I?
Do you know why?
All right. No, I don't. So, in that case, give us an answer. Hello, gorgeous in the background. I see you with your green hair. Bless her. So, I was just asking about that other inspector, and I want to gauge what his openness would be like and how to approach him. That's all I was asking.
Right. Fisher says, I don't believe Tim Bergen has the capabilities of concluding this investigation. Now make a psychology roll.
Oh, my. I don't need to. Do you not like him?
I suggest that we go and see the commissioner of police before going to Tim Bergen.
My goodness.
Now make the psychology roll.
Psychology, which is... Oh, balls, it's a fail. Yeah. But I can tell that he doesn't really respect this guy at all.
Oh, is that what you surmise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds like a terrific idea.
I think we should sleep on it.
No, I think we go now.
I think I need to do a couple of things before I go anywhere. Thank you, Inspector.
What?
Do a couple of things. What say we meet you back at your office in a couple of hours?
He looks at you suspiciously and he goes, there is some kind of urgency in the matter.
Well,
Why?
is there something you need to do?
I don't understand.
I don't mind going instead.
You have evidence that needs to be produced.
Well, what we have is more of a theory about what we have, which is substantiated only by the method at which the killings have been taken, how they've been done.
And you need to speak to the commissioner of police.
Uh,
Do you think he'll be more
Can I
But,
ask
you know,
you, are you arresting us?
I look at you odd.
No.
So we can go back to the hotel for an hour or two and meet you in your office.
No, I'm quite happy to go now. I think urgency is right at the top of the list. Considering, I mean, I don't know when we're supposed to have found out, Youssef, about all of the dates of these murders, like the 2nd of March, the 24th
This
of
is the notes
February.
that he gives you. This is the notes he's finished and he gave them to you.
Right,
That's
right.
the schedule. This is common knowledge, he says, when he gives you these notes.
I'm looking at it, and this is incredible. This is a huge amount of people. Urgency.
Tulip! I whisper in her ear.
Urgency.
I whisper like this. He has ulterior motives.
You have to make a stealth roll if you don't want him to hear.
Yep,
hear
fine.
I'm going to look at you odd, and I can't make another psychology roll. Did you make your psychology roll?
I got an extreme.
No. You got an extreme psychology roll.
Yep. Okay, 29 stealth.
That success.
Fail.
Oh.
I rolled
Fail.
81. He's got ulterior motives. Tulip.
Excuse me. He says, excuse me, I am here.
Oh, so you are.
As you say what you say to Tulip, and I don't know if Mark heard that.
Do you suspect us of this crime, Inspector?
No pause. No, I don't. Not at this stage.
So we ain't running into no commissioner and getting ourselves arrested now.
But We weren't even here when some of these crimes were committed. How could we?
I know for a fact you have different reasons for not going to the other inspector. Just call it my instinct on the matter. Now, that to me means you've got ulterior motives.
Make a social skill, and then your
Fast
choice: intimidate, fast talk,
No.
persuade,
It would
charm.
be persuade, because I've got the highest in persuade, 49. Oh, I rolled 65. I'm not spending luck.
They're in the same. They're in the same building, so you were fine coming into the police headquarters to see Tinbergen. But now that I want to take you to the commissioner instead of Tinbergen, you seem hesitant. I don't understand why.
Because
I'm quite happy
your reasons
to go
didn't
and see
seem
the
quite
inspector.
valid.
I'm afraid you
The
have to.
fact that Tinbergen is a fool and won't be able to solve this case.
And just to help,
This is more about your career. I get it. Let's go. I don't mind.
if I'm at, okay. I was about to say.
Okay, then he gives you a knowing look, Devon.
It's fine by
What
me.
I was about to say, Inspector, that in our past we have come across a lot of people who have seemed to want to help us all along the way, and then suddenly, it's the bad guy. So sometimes we have to be a little more paranoid.
As an aside, when did that ever happen?
What, the bad guy? Yeah, that goddamn professor that was taking over our professor and then trying to drag him back in.
That doesn't
That was a
count.
betrayal as far as I'm concerned.
He was possessed.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was there to help. And when he started taking him inside, I was like, where's he going? And then he kind of said, I need to go. No.
Anyway.
Those kind of things make us paranoid, Inspector.
Let's go now, then.
I understand. Okay, so he takes you to the police headquarters. There's an office marked.
Pete Tinbergen, which we walk right past.
No, there's an office marked.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Gordonski.
That's Polish.
Godsloven. I'll just say it in an accent. Godsloven.
That works.
That'll do it, see?
Yeah.
You realise I'm rolling my first one of the night.
No way. This is like my third.
Way. Fucking way.
Why are you running out?
No. Fucking talking too much.
There's a sign on the door of the office that he says, "Please wait here," while he goes inside into this office. The sign says, "Hoofd Commissaris van Meegeren."
Head Commissioner?
Hoofdcommissaris van Meegeren. And he says, "Just wait here, please."
Sure.
Make spot hidden rolls.
Everyone. 34.
61.
That's a hard for me.
That's a normal for me.
Okay, from where you're sitting, Devon, you can see another office with Tinbergen's name on it.
Which says,
across.
not quite the Huft, Commissioner.
Vista goes into Van Meegeren's office, and you can hear them talking, but they're talking in Dutch, in Dutch.
Oh, so it sounds all sing-songy and you're getting
Not quite as Norwegian as that.
You're getting No, he was a Swedish chef.
Yes. I'm Swedish, dude.
Gurden.
Such a racist.
Hey, that's spitting image. That's vintage spitting image, man.
I thought it was Sesame Street.
No, it's vintage spitting image, which is satire. Which means there ain't any racism.
Wait,
It's satirism. Take the piss out of every cunt.
Spitting Image did the hurdy-gurdy
Spitting
chef.
image, man, took the piss out of everything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Brilliant.
Remember Spitting Image.
But these days, we don't need spitting image because we've actually got fucking puppets on the telly.
Yeah.
And fucking Bo
Okay.
Johnson and that twat in America, they're both
Mhm.
fucking spitting image puppets.
After about 15 minutes,
They come out
the
with
door
guns.
to
The office.
Van Meegeren's office opens, and you hear, "Tinbergen, come and see here!" across the police station.
Come and see me.
Fuck.
A couple of minutes later, Tinbergen comes out of his office and he walks, and you see a early 50s short grey move quickly across the floor of the police station.
His attire, is it scruffy-ish? Does he look dishevelled? Or smart as hell?
Is it Columbo or Poirot?
I'm guessing neither.
Remember Vandervalk?
Yes.
All Dutch policemen look like him.
An old friend of mine, Mark Warren, who was in that thing about...
This looks more like Vandervalk than Tinbergen.
They're redoing Van der Valk. My mate's in it.
I know, I've seen it. I've seen an episode.
And when I say mate, he was a mate a long time ago, but I bumped into him and he was lovely still. Lovely lad.
They're all like Londoners playing detective in Amsterdam. That's what it is, because there's no Dutch accent at all.
Wow.
Oh, Mark. There's got to be a reason behind it.
Anyway, he walks past you. He gives you a quizzical look at both of you, and then he goes into the office, and the door shuts behind. Then you hear three-way conversation that ends up in
Tim storming out.
in a couple of raised voices.
We've done that. This is us outside. We're like
Then
that.
the door slams open. Tinbergen walks out and goes into his office.
How does he look when he walks out? Is his head to the floor?
Exasperated.
Oh,
Exasperated.
frustrated. Angry almost.
Sort of gets halfway across, turns over to you, looks over at you over his shoulders,
Ah.
and says, "Come with me." And he
Wow.
enters his office.
I'm afraid we're waiting for our friend.
This is smiling, standing in the doorway of the commissioner's office, sort of leaning against the door jamb with a smile on his face, and he goes,
Shall
"Go
we?
with him."
We'll head on in. I'll go.
Likewise.
And you enter into Tinbergen's office. So it seems that you have some information on this case that I am trying to fucking solve. Out with it.
Well, I hope that we have some information. We don't know how much was imparted to you in the other office. Maybe it would have helped if we were in there as well. But
Trust me, you didn't want to hear what was going on in that office.
well, I'm sorry if
Please.
it's what. I'm
Please,
sorry. I'm sorry if I brought you any inconvenience regarding this, but we we've kind of discovered that the person you're calling the Schlachter has committed murders in England as well as Amsterdam and Rotterdam. It seems all of these victims have been murdered in exactly the same way. And of course, with no sign of who's done it, no witnesses seem to have been around to see.
What new information do you have that I don't have then?
Okay,
It's
so
just
we
it.
have these murders that were taking place in Hull, and these murders that have taken place in Rotterdam, and all of the others. We have information regarding the Oogie Boogie. Now, I don't know whether you have a translation for that. When I say Oogie Boogie, I kind of mean ooh.
Nice.
Kind of things that you consider folklore, myth, legend.
His eyebrow raises, but he goes, "Go on, carry on, please continue."
We believe that two gentlemen from England have, through their own endeavors of investigation, have come across tomes of power. Information they have discovered that would lead them eventually to some kind of incorporeal power that they could call upon from beyond that might grant their wishes for power. Maybe it was for longer life. Longer life is usually
So he interrupts you and he says, "So you think that the people that the Schlachter killings were killed to give someone magical power?"
I believe it does, but my friend and I do not believe that it is the original two men
Wait,
that will be receiving the power.
He starts shaking his head, and he sort of
officer, listen.
he's doing this with his head, and he's like,
listen.
"But that doesn't help me find the killers. You've just theorized why they're being killed. I don't care why they're being killed. I want to find the killers. You haven't got any information to help me."
We need to find the gem.
Gem? What's gem?
A green emerald gem.
No, it's a jade gem. Now,
Is it a jade
it's
gem?
A jade gem.
Thank you. I am corrected by my partner in crime.
Listen, we're not here to tell you who killed who, but we're here for some information. Now, according to what Tulip said here, the gentleman who committed suicide, Mr. Belvedere, we believe he had something on his possession, a jade gem. Now, unless that is in your lockup somewhere, someone else must have this gem. Now, we need to know who had access to that body. I mean, did an officer keep it? Did they not find this gem? Did somebody else find it before?
Didn't Detective Visser give you his effects?
That was all that was found on his body.
But we believe that somebody has stolen something from Mr. Belvedere before the police took possession of everything that he owned. We know that a Manette, what was that second name of hers? Manette Decker found the body. And anybody else who had access
The reason
to that
why,
body.
the reason why we think it was Belvedere and a J gem on him is because he travelled here to Rotterdam on the 28th of November or before, and then the murders started happening.
We
Yeah, but
also believe
how can Belvedere be connected to the murders? He's dead, and there's been several murders since.
because the murdering isn't controlled by the two dead gentlemen, it's within the control of the gem and who possesses the gem.
My friend
There is-
Tulip here forgot to mention something about a death. She didn't mention one death that happened in England before all this. Now, we told you two gentlemen had this gem. Now, one of them was found dead on the 18th of November in England, torn apart, just like the murder victims here in Rotterdam and Amsterdam. Now, Belvedere fled the country to here. We thought at first to escape from something, but we think he brought it with him. Now, whoever has the J Gem now is traveling around, and murder follows them. Now, they must have had access to a ship on the 3rd of March, because that's when the sailor was found dead in the port of Hull. And then on the 5th of March, there were more murders, just like the Rotterdam and the Amsterdam cases, torn apart. Now, that's no coincidence.
You might also
That's
find it
correlation.
interesting that Mr. Belvedere himself ran over to this country, came to Amsterdam via Rotterdam. Do you know the date? The date of his first visit to Rotterdam? It was the 28th of November. His eyes should prick up at that. I would hope. That's the first 7 that were killed in Rotterdam, Neil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then he kills himself 2 days later
Yes,
right.
yeah.
in Amsterdam.
That's why I've told him that date.
So
Do you read
So
English?
what are you suggesting, that he or something is following him? Whatever's following Belvedere is killing all these people.
What you don't know about these two
So
people?
what's killing all these people now?
Let me put some
Since
context.
Belvedere's dead.
Let me put some context on this. What you don't know about these two people is this: they were ultra rich. They bought a mansion in the wilds of England. They had a secret room that led down into the catacombs, where they had paintings of the most vile things you could imagine. There were bits of flesh hanging from the walls. There were dead bodies littered everywhere. Now, we showed
The plates and knives and forks. Tell him.
they might have even committed cannibalistic rituals. Now, there is a lawyer back in England that could verify all this, because he saw this too. Now, they came to this country because somewhere in their books they heard of a gem that could give them great power, and that was held in the grave of a Mr. Albrecht Martstramer. I hand him the Black Latin transcript. I say, now, this was written by Albrecht Martstramer. At first, we thought this was written by Belvedere himself. Now, if you were to read this discerningly, you'll see that it points to an otherworldly entity controlling the fate of this gem, and every death gives this creature power. Now, you could believe this or not, and in fact, I could demonstrate to you that the supernatural is real, if you wanted me to, right here, right now. But this gem is moving. Someone has it, and we need to stop them.
What were you suggesting to doing right here, right now?
Cast the Light of Sika. I said I could show him the supernatural right here, right now, if he didn't believe. I'll show him what we're up against.
So as we are looking at him, I'm doing a psychology. I'd like to sort of psychoanalyze his reaction.
Well, it's a psychology roll.
I just wanted your permission to do one.
Psychology, not psychoanalysis. It's psychology.
Yeah. Not psychoanalysis.
Analysis.
18 you've got.
Come on, roll 5.
My psychology is 35, bruv.
Ooh,
I've got 18 down here.
One less than mine.
Psychoanalysis is 55 and psychology is 18.
No, psychology's gone up since then, man. Maybe you haven't had it, but I'm 35s.
35?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know how you get 35.
Wait a second, Neil. Yusef, listen to this. I'm about to have a look and see what character I've got in my hands, and I believe I'm holding Sebastian Jones. So my psychology is 18, and I'm going to try and beat that.
No, it's gone up a couple of times since then, dude.
You've been reading? Read the fucking code again. Oh, fucking bastard. All that for that. Sorry, no, that's a complete fail.
Never mind.
Shit. But he's looking somewhat bothered.
Perplexed. Yeah, he's looking frustrated more than anything. There's a little bit of anger there.
Did I rile him?
What the hell's going on with my life?
Maybe he wants to see what it feels like for his lungs to be filled with salt.
Maybe he's going to ask us to wait here for a second while he actually goes outside and asks the commissioner and the inspector if this is actually just a big joke.
To wind up, yeah. Or we're going to get arrested for the murder.
Are they outside up against the wall like that?
Oh, you're such a prick. We hate you so much. We hate you so much.
So that sort of makes sense that a killer can murder in such a violent frenzy, escape without leaving so much as a footprint. Doesn't make sense that the few suspects we do have were then murdered by the killer.
The few what?
Few suspects that we had were then murdered by the killer.
Or then later died. You see, we seem to think that somebody is taking possession of the gem somehow, and they're dying, and then someone else is picking up the gem.
You're saying that this magical gem
that is connected
to
a supernatural
somehow so in a 3 to 5 day cycle the killers become victims along with anyone in the same space as them because of this gem.
Have you read the black Latin writing I gave you?
No, he hasn't read it yet.
Right, read that and then tell me what you think.
But so far, I would say, yes.
Now, if you're a discerning man, you could see what's happening.
Wait outside. Let me think about this and read this letter.
Sure.
Of course, we understand that this is very hard to accept. Leave, turn around, walk out. Or walk over to Inspector Vasseur.
He's not there.
Oh, the commissioner?
His door is shut.
Knock on the door.
The Commissioner's office.
The Commissioner's office. Knock on the door.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I'll go in. Hi there, Commissioner.
Yes, what do you want?
Might I have a word with you?
If this is about the Schlachter killings, no.
Oh. Okay, did you not find the information valuable in any way?
Inspector Tinbergen is dealing with it. If you have anything to say, speak to him.
And where is Inspector Vasseur?
Not here, obviously.
Thank you. Good day. I leave.
Cold.
I'm going to walk and have a look for Inspector Vasseur. Unless you want to, and I'll wait here.
I've no need to it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what Vasseur thinks about this, because he told us this bloke's incompetent. So what's happening? So yeah, I'm doing that, Yusef.
Okay.
And I'll be asking people, not just looking for him.
It don't matter to it.
Just want to read something before I give it to you. Right.
It matters to me that he wanted to take us to see the Commissioner.
Okay.
And bypass this inspector.
Maybe.
That's actually on the case.
And
now it's all been handed to the guy that's on the case.
Maybe
and
Visser thought we were crackpots. He doesn't like the guy and thought, oh, this will clog up his fucking investigation.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or he went,
maybe he thinks
guys,
we're complete fucking nutters.
Yeah, or he thought, well, I found these guys, they've got an insight, I will go to the commissioner, say, look who I found, is this valid? So he just looks good in front of the commissioner. He did have an ulterior motive, but what that was, God only knows. Take credit, maybe?
Oh, the ulterior motive was just more to do with the other inspector than it was regarding an agenda.
Yeah, or was it his career?
Well, it can't have been if he's relinquished it that quick.
Or maybe the other.
Because he didn't put up a fight, has he? He's not put up a fight. He's not gone, no, I think I should be on this case. Yeah. We just got sent into there to explain everything all over again to someone that's more sceptical.
Sure,
that's
but
not.
Maybe the commissioner went, nope, I'm not putting a new guy on this case. Just keep him on it.
No, he never told him he wasn't on the case. He just said that's not his case. So I just want to find out if we're going to get anywhere with this inspector and whether he'd like to join us.
Yeah, this is what we're going to find out now. So while Tulip goes looking for men, I'm going to wait for the inspector to call me into
just one man.
A man. Well, Tulip
see, there's your inference about me being a slut again.
I'm not slut shaming. I think it's proper
looking
good.
For men.
I see nothing wrong with a sexual woman. Or woman, rather. Or female.
It's not looking for men, though. You know that.
Okay, while Tulip's looking for a man, I'm going to be waiting for
the inspector. I mean, you know who I'm looking for.
What was his hotness, anyway? Did we roll that? You might, really find him really attractive.
53-year-old Tinbergen has got an appearance of 45.
And what about Vista, who Tulip's got her eye on?
He's doing it again, viewers.
50.
50.
He's about 45 years old.
What's your appearance, Tulip?
Far too good for him.
Yeah, what is it? So now who's doing it?
65.
Now who's sexualizing a character? Far too good for him.
Because she's got 65.
So she'd go for 70s,
So she-
75s,
No.
and above.
Depends on the person. It's not just on looks.
Yeah. My appearance is fucking 50. So I get what I can.
That's average.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's average.
Yeah, about right.
What was our?
If you could rate your appearance in game and real life, like by in game statistics, what would you put yourself at? And I don't mean
35, 40.
I'd put you at more than that.
35, 40, mate.
Definitely put you more than that. I'll put Yusuf at that. I'd put you higher.
I couldn't push myself for 55. That's as high as I
In your
could go.
heyday.
In my heyday,
Mm.
I might have been 65.
Mm.
Might have been 60.
Better looking than Devon then.
Actually, no. I think I've been 55. It's been going down
Yeah.
since. Because, you know, when these blokes sort of like go, God, I looked round and she was still looking at me in that.
Mm.
Fucking, you know, that's never happened to me. I look back at somebody, and believe me, I look back a lot.
And they've looked
Yeah.
away.
No one's fucking lingered their look,
Oh.
and no one's really been looking at me. Nah. That doesn't happen. I actually don't believe that really happens.
It's impulse. It's
So,
impulse, bro.
you know,
You got to wear impulse.
I
Remember
haven't got that
advert?
sort of place. Whereas my mate Jay was always getting that.
Maybe they were looking at you, but then got too shy and had to look at him.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, they were like, oh shit, he's looking again. I'll look at the other guy, who I don't fancy.
Oh, no, Jay was just
But you know, a
something
lot of
else.
maybe all the women you look at are just insecure.
That's right. Every single one.
All of them.
Every single one of them.
Every woman you've
by the
ever looked at.
All 46 years of me looking at girls
They're all insecure.
from about the age of 10 at least.
That's your mistake.
My first kiss was I was 7, so you could say I was sort of sexually aware at the age of 7 years old.
Was you
Having
aware?
kissed a girl.
But was you aware, being that the woman who kissed you was 50?
Appearance.
No, yeah, not age.
No, it was. Gosh, my first kiss.
Yeah.
It was.
That you remember?
That I remember.
Hmm.
Don't scare me.
Well, it could be ones that you don't remember.
First proper kiss. All right, maybe I just put silly mouths together by then. But
Aw.
at the age of 9. Oh no, 8. Oh my God, 8.
I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Yeah, go for it. I want a coffee, but
I'd snogged a girl that was 10 years old and I was 8, and a 12-year-old when I was 8.
the next door neighbour, the girl, she got me onto it.
No, mate, scarier than that. They were nearly stepsisters.
Oh dear.
They were the sisters. They were the daughters of my mum's boyfriend at the time.
I must have been about 8 or 10, and the neighbour, she was a girl, and she said, "Oh, come here a minute." I was like, "Oh, you go, right." And then she started getting off with us, and then it would just happened all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was it for me for a few years
Yeah. I was like,
until Helen Hart.
she did a fart.
Helen Hart.
She did a fart.
She did a fart.
How old was Helen?
Helen was a very physically mature 12-year-old.
And you were how old? I dread to ask.
I was 10. I was 10. She had hair.
What? I don't think I want to know.
She had hair on her bits.
Oh, Jesus.
It's very exciting for a 10-year-old.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah, for a 10-year-old. Well, so does
But of
Flynn.
course, at school, she snubbed me. But that was expected.
No, don't
Really?
sit on the keyboard.
Flynn.
Yeah.
It's Flynn. Ooh. He's like, no, dude. Look, Grayson, it's Flynn. Look, it's Flynn. He started woofing then. Stop
No, I
growling.
didn't.
I mean, my dog.
Oh, Grayson.
Yeah. Don't know what he was woofing at.
Oh, have you gone off looking for Vista?
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that. She, rather.
Gone off looking for Vista?
Yeah.
Visser, yeah.
Oh my god, Yusef. Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, mate, we've got some viewers.
It's only my belly. It's only my belly.
Oh my god. It's
Okay, you don't find him anywhere in the building. You ask some other policemen, but they just say they don't know.
Well, I'll go to his office then, where we went to the first time.
Or where he gave you the fell with his bag.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no answer with his desk. That is door.
I'll open the door. Is it empty? I'll just like knock and then enter.
It's locked.
Oh, it's locked. Oh. I'll go back and find Devon then.
Okay, by the time you get back, Bevan's still there. Yeah, you're gonna.
Did you find anything, Tulip?
Well, I wanted to see Visser and find out why he suddenly just dropped this like a hot brick.
I don't think it matters much to us, Tulip. Whatever his motives were. We just gotta find this killer. This Jade.
In the grand scheme of things, I think you're right.
Let's see where this takes us.
Yeah, viewers, we've just got to wait for some food to be cleared.
Drink some coffee.
That was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice banana bread.
Yeah,
Lovely. Right.
Right.
Inspector?
Tim Bergen calls you back into his office.
We go in.
So you think that the gem in this piece of paper is
real, yeah.
I'm afraid so.
okay? So what do you suggest we do next?
Well, we gotta find out how we had murders in Rotterdam and then Hull and then back in Rotterdam again. So whoever has that gem must have traveled by sea.
We need to know exactly who was anywhere near those bodies from the time of their deaths.
Any maids, butlers, any old policeman might have pocketed the Jade.
This jade is somehow being transferred from person to person. And to be honest, this is usually the way things go in our work. And the most recent killing took place, as far as we can see.
Yesterday in Rotterdam.
Right.
We need to go there. Yeah. We need to go to Rotterdam. Because they haven't been confirmed as slaughter victims yet. So we need to find that out first. And if we can be early on the scene, that would be great. Did I go Darlick?
I think it's Yusef.
I'm going to turn off my Twitch.
It's Yusef.
Yes, what?
You've gone Dalek.
Have I?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I've gone Dalek.
No,
I'm going to disconnect
No, you
for a
haven't gone
second.
Dalek. It's because you're hearing him through your
Oh,
hearing yourself through his speaker.
How's that?
better.
Okay.
Twenty-fourth, 2nd of March. Oh, 2nd of March. 2nd of March. Oh yeah, that was the... Yeah, better to freeze the prostitute. And it was the 3rd of March. No? Yeah, then the 3rd of March, Jan Kruiper and...
3rd of
In
March
Rotterdam.
was the sailor,
Yep, that's it. He was in Rotterdam.
and the 5th of March was the.
Why do you need to go to Rotterdam? Why do you think that's necessary? He says.
Because it is the most recent of the killings thus far.
And like I told you, there was murders in Hull on the 5th of March, with exactly the same MO.
And we need to confirm as soon as possible whether these victims have been torn apart.
I have the photographs of the crime scenes since the 17th of January.
I don't think I want to see that, thank you.
So he gets out a load of photographs and he says, he looks at you and he goes, maybe you shouldn't look at these.
Yeah.
Yes. Quite gruesome.
Yeah, we've seen the like before. I'd like to take a look if I may. Otherwise, what use are we?
Okay, he gives you a pile of photographs.
Okay.
You look at the first one. Make a sanity roll.
I knew it.
Made it.
Okay, lose one sanity point.
All right. The rest will be much of the same, won't they?
Are you going to look for all of them? Because it's a different... It's fine, no. Yeah, it's still one. Yeah, one for all of them. If you're going to look through all of them. One sanity. So that's 51, puts you on 51, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you got any ticks yet?
Yeah, I've got one tick, I think, that I know of.
In what?
Spot hidden.
So the photographs, they show that the victims have literally been torn apart rather than dismembered.
Dismembered. Isn't that the same thing? Torn apart, dismembered.
They've literally been torn apart rather than dismembered. So torn apart rather than cut.
Yeah, but the Windsor was torn apart as well. He wasn't cut.
True.
Can you turn your speaker down a little bit, Yusuf? It's echoing. Cheers.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
How's that?
Testing?
1, 2.
Yeah.
1, 2. All good.
Better.
A little bit faint. That should be. How's that? Is that good?
Yes, fine. Yeah. So yeah, Yusuf, the next photograph, torn apart in a similar way.
Yeah, they're all showed a similar torn apart rather than dismembered
Right.
bodies.
Well, what I'm looking at here,
Not hidden.
spot hidden.
Down the echo's back.
Oh. Oh. If I spend 3 luck, I can make it a hard if I need it.
Okay.
Do I need a hard?
That's up to you to decide, isn't it?
What?
He can't tell you that.
Ah, fuck it. I'll take it. I'll make it a hard.
You're making it hard. How much luck did you use?
3. That's me 41. Oh, no, it don't.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Two of the photographs show a blood trail across a blood spatter. Okay, this is a photograph of Ant G. de Jong.
What date?
17th of February.
Got it.
Okay. Two photographs seem to be linked by a blood trail across a blood splatter, indicating that Ant G. de Jong's severed left hand crawled stealthily around behind the leg of her bed as if it's under its own volition before she died. Make a sanity roll.
Oh, God. Yeah, made it. 52.
So the two separately, they don't. It's harder to work out. But if you put the two together, it looks like the hand had crawled around the leg of her bed of its own volition. So it looks like, yeah.
And I'll say that out loud.
Did you succeed in your sanity roll?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't lose any more sanity.
I explained to Devon exactly what I'm seeing in this photograph.
My God, to be sure.
Would you like to look?
Not really. Show the inspector, though.
You see here, Inspector? You see this trail?
Yeah, he's going to get a roll to see it. Okay, and then he does another roll.
Oh, he's seen it. This is for his brain.
Does he believe it?
Well, the fact that he's seen it means he's going to believe it. It's just how much it affects him.
Yeah, I believe the medical examiner noticed the same thing. He says,
It's kind of oogie boogie, isn't it?
I say the
did the hand look like it was doing had done something?
No, just crawled.
Moved away
Wow.
from the body.
Crawled. Yeah. Yeah. I believe I believe the medical examiner saw the same thing. Unfortunately, he didn't take it as well as you did, my dear.
We kind of come across these kind of things
I
often.
think that the official explanation for his suicide was overwork. Blamed himself for not coming up with the evidence that would have allowed us to solve the case, or help solve the case.
Poor man.
Yes.
It's hard to take some.
The department is quite embarrassed about that, so this is just between you and me, he says,
Lost him.
looking at you seriously.
Vinny. Sitting on the
Have you ever read any no, maybe I haven't. Yusuf, if I wanted to...
Edgar Allan Poe.
No, I wasn't going to say Edgar Allan Poe. I was actually going to bring up Sherlock Holmes. And I think his stories were out there by then.
1800s, his stories.
Yeah.
So, no.
Late 1800s.
Victorian.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been around since before. Yeah, they've been around.
Yeah. I believe a Mr. Sherlock Holmes, written by Arthur Conan Doyle, put it best that whenever he come across a situation and the explanation for the result is so preposterous, ruled out everything else, the preposterous has to be the truth.
Fuck. Sorry.
That's right.
Which is why the poor, unfortunate doctor there was not able to move forward because he could not accept what was impossible. However improbable, has to be the truth. A hand will not move by itself. Therefore, other forces are at play. Viewers, this is RGM, just checking some facts. I haven't made the inspector speechless.
Are you sure?
Make an idea roll, guys.
Guys. 8%.
This is based on our intelligence. 50, I made it.
Extreme.
Oh, extreme.
I got an 8. Shame I don't tick fuck all. Wasted 8, really.
Their main stats, ladies and gentlemen. They can't be touched.
The 6 murders committed in the Rotterdam Sailors Hostel.
Yesterday, you mean?
Lehman Sherberg. So those victims of the 8th March.
Yeah.
They're reminiscent of the first batch of murders ascribed to the killer, which also happened in Rotterdam.
Right. So that's very close to the first 7 on the 28th of November.
Now,
7 murders.
Yeah, the 7 killed on the 28th of November. Oh, which isn't pinned. Isn't it? Is it?
did you both get the idea roll, yeah?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I made mine. I rolled 50, so I just made it.
Yeah, you did. It kind of suggests that the Schlachter is on his way to England, if not already there.
That's what we'd assumed until the 8th. Yesterday's. Okay, so March the 5th, 5 dead in Hull. March the 8th,
Tulip.
6 dead in Rotterdam.
Tulip. What if what's his name? Mark Stramer? What if he knows we're on to him and sent whoever has the jade back over here?
Yeah, we don't know what drives the person commanding the gem.
Right. See, I presumed that it was going back to England to go back to be created as spoken in the Latin texts.
Yeah,
With the
until
alts of flesh. Remember the alts of flesh? They will make my body from shards and alts of flesh. Which
until we heard about the 8 that are dead in Rotterdam.
It's following
Not 8.
us, maybe. 7.
7. 6.
6. Even. Perhaps it followed us back. Maybe we're next, Tulip.
So in between the 2nd of March and the 8th of March, there was the 5th of March. And those deaths happened in Hull. So now I'm asking you, Seth, how can we see that that's looking like it's gone back to England when it's come back over here?
Mm-hmm.
For the 8th of March, Yusuf.
Yeah, Yusuf. How?
And all our viewers want to know too.
All.
Do we have any viewers?
I don't even know. It says one viewer.
He's a stalwart. He wants to know what's going on, that person.
Bless them.
Bless them. I didn't mean to put a he on that. It could be a lady.
That's true.
Made a mistake.
Oh.
I'm glad to hear that.
That 5th of March 1920 handout.
Yes.
Destroy it. You didn't get it.
What?
You saying it didn't happen?
Just delete it.
That changes everything.
Are you saying that we just sort of rub that off my timeline?
Yes.
Holy fuck. So when we were in Hull, there were no murders. No paperboy going, extra,
Correct.
extra.
Wow.
Murders in Hull. Blah, blah, blah. Holy shit.
Fully removed.
Remove half of last week's session.
Yeah, bad oversight on my half. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Now it froze us for a fucking loop, though. I need a piss and a coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay, so now there's been no murders in England yet. It's
Apart
all,
from St. John's.
it's gone Rotterdam, Amsterdam,
Now we have to
Rotterdam.
Jason, help my brain.
Yeah.
And it's bouncing around here at the moment, all over the place.
Yeah, that was bad. Sorry.
Belvedere was Amsterdam, but he killed himself.
What you do get?
The Winter, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, 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 Rotterdam, Rotterdam. No, that one. Oh, you idiot.
What you do get is this.
So the 7th in Rotterdam, 7 dead. November. Next death, Amsterdam. Next death, Rotterdam. Next death, Amsterdam. Next death, Rotterdam. Alternating. Neil's not there. I'm going to have to look at it.
So this is a newspaper cutting that's part of the case that Tim Bergen is sharing with you in his office.
Slachter kills 3. Horrible scene. Volkskrant reporter discovers the newest crime of the slaughterer. This is dated the 1st of February?
Yep.
February, March. So that puts it... Oh, wow. I'm going to have to move something.
Puts it between 2nd and 3rd.
Puts it between the 19th of December and the 2nd of March is what it does.
What?
Jerome Haverkamp and Lily van Gosberg, both dead on the 19th of December. Then there's this incident that you've just sent. Which happened on the 17th of January.
Read it.
Okay. Our reporter, who police have asked us not to name for fear he may be the slaughterer's next target, was seeking cleaning woman Elsa Dow to gain her impressions of the Wolfsdanken crime scene in Moritzgade of the 17th of January. As the Wolfsdanken cleaner had apparently helped remove the gruesome evidence that remained after the Hendrikstein, the medical examiner, done his work, receiving no response despite an appointment and finding the door before he went in.
Hi.
There he discovered 3 bodies. Thought, I've got no more writing.
2 messages.
What, sent to the phone?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Schlachter kills 3. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a newspaper cutting from amongst the investigation that Tim Bergen is sharing with you in
Okay.
his office.
You know, I still haven't got all the writing. I'll continue reading as Dorja, he discovered 3 bodies. Okay, to be Mrs. Dow, her husband Dennis, and her son Peter.
Now read from the second message after that, after Peter.
Under police guard. I want to read the rest of it. Each had
Yeah,
died.
the second
Read the second
message.
text. Finish the first text at Peter and start the second text from Peter. That word.
Yeah, the first text doesn't end at Peter, mate.
Each had
It
died so
I know,
violently
but
that their
you can
blood
go
and
to
body
the second
parts were intermingled. It was more than any man could stomach.
That's what I was trying to carry on reading.
Read the second message.
Yeah.
From
What you
Peter.
have to realise is where it's cut off in my first message.
Yeah, what you don't realise is I'm saying finish the first text at Peter and then continue reading the second text starting from Peter. And then you have the continuity.
Each had died so violently that their blood and body parts were intermingled. It was much more than any man could stomach. Once again, there is a link between the victims. Here, the Volksdonken and Mrs. Dow. Our reporter is in mortal terror that he may be the next in the chain. And the police guard in a house, in a hotel paid for by the Volkskrant, he smokes constantly, going over in his mind what he saw, the insanity required to tear 3 persons limb from limb in such a way, recollected him to pose murders in the Rue Morgue. He says that there was something not quite human about it, yet he also remembers seeing a bony human footprint in a dark substance on the damp outer step, but has since admitted to the police that he may have destroyed it himself as he left the scene.
Kind of ties in with your supernatural nonsense, supernatural theory, no? Says Tinbergen.
Yeah,
Indeed it does.
certainly does. I assume that this man is still under protection?
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, he's still alive.
And this cleaner, what happened to her, Elsa Dow?
She... Oh God, I hate this fucking scenario.
Just so you know, viewers, the book has its information not very linearly placed. So all the stuff about
this particular scenario
is all over the place.
It's
in
fine.
3 parts. It's got it starts off with the auction stuff, then it goes to Amsterdam, then it goes to England, then it goes to auction stuff. It's fucking mad. It's all over the place. Anyway,
Linear. Okay, so those 2 were killed on 19th of December. That's got to move.
you're asking about Dow, Mrs. Dow.
Yeah, they wanted her to give her evidence. I mean, did she die? Where's she now?
She's one of the victims on the 31st of January.
Oh my God. February.
So she died later. Because that was the 17th of January. 17th of
31st of January, she died. 3 victims. Dennis Dow, Elsa Dow, and their son Peter.
Spent 3 days following a lead that from a Mr. Umberto Valdemar, that the killer was a man in a top hat and cape.
Confusion. Sorry, who said this?
A witness called Umberto Valdemar. He described the killer as a man in a top hat and cape, whom he had seen at various key points. Convincingly described, but on further questioning, but it didn't take. It took until 3 days before we realised that Mr. Valdemar was convinced the killer used a cutthroat razor, and as you can see by the photographs, that was clearly not the case. But we wasted too much time on that man's statement. So, as you can see, I'm clutching at straws here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm quite happy to believe your theories if you can get to the bottom of this. So,
Could you tell me again the date that Mrs. Dow was murdered?
it's all in the notes you've got. 31st.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Sorry.
Holy shit, Tulip. Look at the first victims. They were pickpockets.
Very interesting.
Look at that. 28th of November 1919. 7 victims in Rotterdam. Slum dwelling in poor district in the city. The De Hoog family, notorious thieves, pickpockets, and baggage thieves. Who's to say they didn't pick it out of his pocket?
When? What date?
On the 28th, when Belvedere came here.
Slum dwelling. 28th of November. Oh, the first 7 victims in Rotterdam.
Yeah. What if it's one of them? Well, it can't be that dead.
Well, what it means is they took something. It's proof that something is being taken and passed.
Keep looking.
Okay, so whoever's got this jam then goes to see a prostitute who dies. I don't know. Then goes back to the grave.
28th of November. 28th of November. November. The prostitute. So he pays her with a gem?
I don't know.
A pimp who's taken the payment from her? Give me that.
Whoever picked up the jade probably had voices in their head telling them they could give her much power, this, that, and the other. They've been walking around with it all this time. Was all of the were all the De Hoog family killed, or was there a survivor? Or someone linked to them?
A landlord. Cleaning woman. It's leading me to believe that somehow it's passing hands, whether it's being used as payment in kind for something,
Or found on the dead.
and possibly under the influence of the gem that kind of makes you want to use it to pass it on. Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, if you remember the Latin text, it says whoever has the gem, the hounds will be barking on their heels until they're dead. So they have the gem, they die, someone else finds it. They move on. The hounds find them, kill them. Someone finds that body, sees the jade gem. Perhaps they're influenced to find it.
I would agree with that one. I'll go along with that one far more. That they're spotting this gem. Everyone has seen the gem. The gem is quite clearly in visible sight in the crime scene. So whoever sees the crime scene first is gonna take that gem.
And it says, their soul shall fuel it, and I shall guide them from my hiding place.
They're normal people that find the dead bodies. Dead bodies are not found by police people.
That's right.
They're found by the witnesses, the first person that found them. And they are normal people, and they will see a very shiny gem.
Don't forget, Tulip, this is of supernatural origin. They don't even have to see it. They can feel it. They might hear whispers on the wind. They might get impressions in their mind.
I will not rule any of that out. That only makes it stronger.
After all you've seen, I wouldn't expect you to, Tulip.
No. So again, the very first place we need to go is either the very last scene of the crime, which was yesterday in Rotterdam.
Yep.
And if possible, I'd like to speak to the reporter. Umberto sounds a little bit of a red fish to me.
No need to see that, reporter. As you say, the last murder is where we gotta go. Find out who found this jade first.
Right now.
See who found this jade first. But the thing is, Tulip, we don't know what we're gonna do when we find it. How are we gonna contain this thing? We need to know more.
My.
Who's to say the minute you see it, you don't get to say it?
There's also other files of statements, witness statements, all on this desk. And he sort of like just pushes it all to you.
Pushes it all out.
Yeah, he just says, help yourself. And he sits back and sort of like just watches you peruse the paperwork.
Okay, I'm going to look for the first statement that belongs to Manette Decker, who found Belvedere.
And make a library use roll.
Okay.
Is she still alive or dead, Mark?
I don't know yet. Oh, that's a beauty. 21 for my library use. Oh, yeah, it's a hard. Tick. No.
Apparently, she was the one that suggested to a journalist that there had been a Schlachter murder at the Hotel Krasnopolski. She told a journalist that Belvedere was the latest victim of the Schlachter murder.
Even though he committed suicide.
Yes, because there were 7 found dead just the day before.
Unless she knew something.
All she says was she remembers when Belvedere checked in, he had a spade wrapped in brown paper.
That's insane.
How come that spade wasn't found at the scene of the crime?
She is no longer working for Hotel Krasnopolski.
Well, she can't be far. She's got to be known to the police because she's a witness. She can't go anywhere.
I have a question when you have time.
Well, I'm just going to be asking about Manette at the moment. So, yeah, go for it, mate.
GM's ready.
He's since been sacked from the hotel because of sloppy work. But I believe that it's because
Theft.
No, because she's told the journalist that there was a Schlachter murder, bringing the
Bad publicity. Bad PR.
Looks bad on the
That's bad
hotel, right? Inspector, am I right to believe the Zeemansberg is a ship?
Who?
On the 8th of March, 6 victims in Rotterdam, occupants of Zeemansberg. Franz Zeder.
That is Zeemansberg. That is how you say Seaman's Hostel.
Oh, okay. So it's where sailors go to live. So it's a dock. It's a docker's hotel.
Yeah. It's not a ship, that's for sure. Sailors' Hostel. It's a hostel for sailors. Seaman Sherberg.
Miss Manette, this Miss Manette, do you know of her whereabouts right now? Where she is?
I think it's
You
a
have an
false
address?
lead to it.
Oh, she must have an address.
Yeah, we have her address. Gives you the address.
Can I remind you of something?
Sorry, Inspector, did anybody else see the body before the police?
Belvedere?
No.
Body of Belvedere?
Yes, the body of Belvedere. Did the room get locked afterwards? What happened? Who else had access? Remind me what now?
In character.
Tulip.
Remember what the black letter Latin said? It said,
Yeah.
they will make me anew.
In answer to your question, no, Manette Decker was the person. After her, no one else saw the body. The room was locked up. The police were on the scene pretty fast.
I'm telling you, he didn't have the jade on him at that time. It was pickpocketed from him. Maybe that's why he killed himself.
Oh my God.
But listen,
Oh my
Tulip.
God, he was pickpocketed in Rotterdam.
Yeah, don't forget that it says they will make me anew from arts and shards and patches. And back in, where was the mansion?
Oh, you talking about the same hotel?
No, the manor back in England. Where? Sleepmore Manor. Remember back there was the flesh hanging off them hooks? And the patches, maybe that's people. I think maybe this thing is going back to England. I mean, sailors were killed last. Sailors go on ships.
Can he reassemble himself?
That's the point of the whole thing. He wants to be reborn into a god.
And do you think he has to do it back at the little room?
Well, it's a prepared room already. They were these boys had this jade for a few months before shit went down. Now they must have been doing something there, preparing something. Maybe it's going back to the mansion. I think maybe we should head back as soon as possible. I think we need to learn about how to control this hound, how to dispel it.
But the last deaths happened in Rotterdam, not England. What makes you think
in
going
the
back?
Sailors? There were sailors who were killed. Whoever was there was waiting to go back to was waiting to go to England.
Yeah, you think it keeps trying to go back?
It's going back after fulfilling whatever it needs to fulfill here. Maybe it's taken enough souls. Plenty of deaths have been here. It says.
So we still need to go to Rotterdam, then? Is that right?
No, we need to get home. It says, I can hide in death and have the gem buried with me. I shall infiltrate it. The jade or the fastenings, it matters not, so he's in the gem. Imbue it with enough of me that my will can tap the power of the gem. Wolf's Donkin shall enact my instructions. He owes me this. Those that come after will seek to possess the jade seen in the portrait, and they will unleash the hounds on themselves. Hold on. Their souls shall fuel it, and I shall guard them from my hiding place. He's directing them to where he could be reborn. He's got enough souls now. I mean, that's plenty. How many murders have there been? He just has to kill a few more on his way.
How many has he killed? That is a good.
Make a library use roll, Neil.
99. Fail.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay, Mark. Another library use roll for you.
Mark.
18. Got to 19 so far. 67, what's that? Library use.
Yeah.
No.
Fail.
No, it's not a fail.
Oh.
Library use, 75. Made it.
You've also got a witness statement of a opium addict prostitute.
Oh.
Who apparently witnessed the Koopmans Roy-style killings. And he got a transcript of her statement.
Where's
So that would be Koopmans Roysdale. Which ones are they?
I'm just looking for it. Oh, there it is. It's the 10th of February.
Okay.
Jacob Koopmans and Martin van der Rijdel, police officers patrolling De Wallen, both had separately attended previous Slachter crimes. Generally seen as a direct challenge to the police by an increasingly confident killer.
And her statement goes like this. I've been to Den Haag for a spell to get out of the way. Now I'm all right. I'll do it in a prostitute's accent. But
A prostitute's accent? What the fuck is that?
Oh, dearie.
I've been to the Den Haag for a spell to get out of the way. See, now I'm back and they still haven't caught him. So I'm doing my bit. I was there when those two policemen were killed. The Schlachter ruined business and ruined these police too. They used to be friendly, travel alone, never gave trouble. By then, these two were edgy and sharp-tongued. I ducked into an alley to avoid them. I couldn't hear what they were saying for the dog barking. The dog in the alley, I think. I just heard the screams. They went on for a long time and froze me to the spot. I wasn't the only one to see it. An old vagrant was closer, skinny fella, covered in dirt. He was splashed with blood and muttering to himself as he staggered away. When I finally came out of the alley, the bodies were 5 meters from me, ripped apart. Bats or birds flew up off of them, carrying dripping shreds. Auntie was one of the first to the corpses, but she was soon scooting off into the other direction after picking something up. Corpse robbing or deserved what she got more than those two. What did she pick up? It might have been a small pocket watch on a loop. I didn't see properly.
Who was it that picked up something? What was her name?
Auntie.
Angie.
Wow, so she saw the scraps being taken, the things that have got the patches
Well,
She
being
saw someone called Auntie.
bits of flesh being flown away by bats. That's all the patches, isn't it?
That's how the hounds manifest as bats.
She saw Angie de Jong, who was the victim of the 17th. The next victim of this witnesses of these two policemen.
She was the next victim.
She saw her take something off the corpse.
Right. And then a fucking Natasha Hure picked it off of her corpse because she died next, and Cornelius Drebel, a salesman, died.
Yeah.
And then another prostitute picked it up. So she found the body because she must have been her friend, found the jade. She picked it up, and on the 8th of March, that's the Rotterdam fucking...
This is
they're the
still
sailors.
being confirmed.
And who sees prostitutes? Sailors do. Perhaps he was going to see her. He might have had some kind of rendezvous lined up for that night. Went there, found her dead, found the jade. It took over him. It matters not who has the jade. Fucking Mark Strammer controls whoever has it. Don't matter who dies as long as the soul gets in there. Someone's gonna find the jade. Someone's gonna want it. I'm telling you, we gotta go to the docks. That's where it is. It's where the murders are now.
In Rotterdam.
Yeah, we gotta go there. What does the inspector say at all this?
Yeah. Yeah, we're discussing this out loud.
He looks at you and he goes, and while you were looking through the papers, he was while you were doing that, he was filling up a box to the side of his chair, and he goes, "It's out of my hands. I'm out of here." And he leaves the office.
What do you mean you're out of here?
Sacked.
He opens the door. Visser comes in, sits down at his desk, smiles.
I've been promoted.
So what's your next step then in this investigation?
You sly
We want to
one.
go to Rotterdam.
We fill him in on everything we've been discussing in front of the other inspector. So whatever he heard, we will say. So now he knows what we said just then.
Yeah. We'll tell him about the this prostitute's
The
statement.
Theory that it's a gem. The prostitutes have been picking it up when they found their dead friends. These men
It's
must have seen the prostitutes.
It's led you to realise that he was pickpocketed a lot earlier,
Yeah.
and since then it's been passed from prostitute to prostitute.
Okay.
Prostitute.
I will assign a detective to accompany you to Rotterdam for purposes of translation and official, and to make it official.
That'd be terrific.
Smile at you. I suppose you could probably guess which detective I'm going to be sending with you.
My goodness.
Timbergen. Als lapen Rotterdam mit diesen Dosser.
German now.
Fuck, Kunstmann. Yeah, I'll meet you outside in the car.
Sure.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh, okay. He doesn't seem best pleased about being usurped.
Perhaps he can make up with it by helping you, yeah?
I hope so.
Well, thank you for your help.
Okay, I guess we'll get to Rotterdam then. We've got a car. Shall we go, Devin?
Yeah. Is there a library in Rotterdam? Perhaps an old library that might house tomes of, how could I put it, ancient knowledge? I feel we might be coming up quick to something that might kill us. This is a mighty powerful thing. It takes control of whoever holds it or rips you apart.
Well, I'm sure Tinbergen will drive you wherever you want to go on the way to Rotterdam.
Don't you agree to it?
That we what? Sorry, Devon, I was miles away.
We need to. If we find this Jade Jam, who's to say we don't get taken over? And who's to say we don't get pulled apart? We need to know more about this and how to control it.
I know you mentioned this earlier on, and my head was suddenly reeling. I mean, my God, what do we do?
I think the only thing we can do is go back to England pretty sharpish and check the library. Those books that we need to know about are back there. Unless they have copies in Rotterdam.
You can get to England easily enough from Rotterdam.
Would you be accompanying us, Inspector?
Oh, we're staying in Holland.
Before we leave Devon.
At the moment, if you think this investigation will be, yeah, okay. Visser agrees to Tinbergen to accompany you to England.
If I'm correct, I don't think there'll be any more murders in Rotterdam.
Is there any information amongst here that we need to take with us? I don't want to get caught short and think, oh, yeah, forgot about that.
Your guess is as good as mine. What? Clues you've missed are unfortunately clues you've missed.
Well, no, because we've got it all here.
I'm not saying that you've missed any clues.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you haven't, but I can't answer that question, Mark.
But as far as we know, is Manette Driver still alive? Manette Decker?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Is it possible to just pop in and try and see her on the way?
I think it will help your investigation, yes.
I would really like to find out whether she found a gem.
Make an idea roll.
It had already been pickpocketed by then.
Alvira is still watching, by the way.
I'll take that as a success from your idea then.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Are you watching Twitch, Mark?
No. Right, so I guess let's go.
Because they just
Hellfire and Damnation.
They just
Neil, what?
In the chat, he's just put, "Don't worry, I am male." Remember we were talking about we don't know if they are them.
We got to that bit, yeah. Right? Don't worry, I kind of had a, strong inkling it was probably gonna be a guy.
Okay, so you're gonna drive to Rotterdam.
Yeah, drive to Rotterdam. Look
on the journey, Tinbergen, he's driving. He's just
he's pissed off.
He's just driving in silent contempt.
Yeah.
Doesn't engage in any conversation with you. So it's kind of like awkward. You two are sitting in the back.
Right.
So you go to Rotterdam.
And on the way, while we're chatting.
About what? I hope Mercy's back in Hull, waiting.
Well, first, I guess.
Okay, it's a 3-hour drive to Rotterdam.
First, I guess we need to go and find out about the scene of the crime. and the first people there, the first person to find the bodies, this is the person we need to see
Tulip.
or find or follow.
Tulip, we need to go back to England, research the Hound and
Sure.
this jam. It's
You-
going to
you-
come to the mansion. I'm telling you, that's where it's going to be manifest. In that room where it had all the flash.
So you think we should just go and head straight back to England?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm wrong, what? Some people die in Amsterdam?
That's a
So we're
little
gonna-
bit glib, but
well, we've seen worse, Tulip.
I guess you're right. We need to go back.
For
We
the
need to
greater
insist.
good.
We need to insist on finding the book before the auction takes place.
Yeah.
We need to know which one. You're right. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. And you, my lovely friend Devon, you're right.
I might be right. I'm hoping I'm right.
No, I think you're right. Whatever book they found anything from is back there.
Exactly. That led them to this jade.
So the sooner we're back, the better.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever has the jade will bring it there for us in a strange, scheming kind of a way. We won't need to carry it. And then containment. We need containment.
That's right.
Like we did with the dodecahedron.
I mean,
No, the trapezohedron. I mean,
even
we need that.
that's right. I mean, what if we lured it? If it was found in the base in that cavern, I mean, we could perhaps trap it in there forever.
Maybe that has to be its place of doom.
Right. I mean, it's gonna manifest somewhere. It's gonna be in that catacomb, secret hidey hole in the mansion.
They've got to get access to it, though.
Do we have concrete in this century?
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing. Do we? They do. Of course they do.
Right.
There's cement. There's therefore concrete.
If we could blow it up when it was in there.
No. Just fill it up because this is a house.
No. Yeah.
It just needs filling. It's deep enough.
I don't think we have cement trucks.
So what are you going to Rotterdam for?
To get back to England. We
What's
want
the
the
quickest,
quickest way back to England. Now we've got a car.
Right,
Maps.
it's going to take you 3 hours
Mm-hmm.
to get to Rotterdam
Mm-hmm.
by car.
Mm-hmm.
6 hours to get from Rotterdam to Harwich. 4 hours from Harwich to Sleepmore Manor. So that's going to take 13 hours in total if you go that way.
Is there a quicker way?
If you go the way you came, which you've got return tickets for,
Uh-huh.
which doesn't require driving to Rotterdam,
It's
you
16
go
or 8.
4 hour rail connection to Hamburg, and then for 18 quicker. It's 18 hours. If you go back the way you came, it's going to take you 18 hours.
I suggest we go via Rotterdam then.
Uh-huh.
It's more direct. The 18 hours is more direct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we'll go the fast, indirect way.
It's Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Harwich, Sleepmore. Oh, sorry, Harwich, London, Sleepmore by train.
Right. That's what we'll do.
Car, ferry, train.
Trains, automobiles.
Did you delete that handout I gave you? I told you to
I
delete.
think I did.
Gee, I've forgotten all about anything about a handout
No, I haven't.
regarding. Oh, I have.
Are you doing
Submersion
anything?
hole. Pardon?
Doing anything in Rotterdam?
Is there a good library there?
What? You're going to spend hours in a library?
Well, just in case.
Let's find out the times. Let's
Oh,
find
actually,
out
fuck
the.
it. Yeah, we're gonna go. Yeah, when's the?
And then you might
Better
have
library would be in Amsterdam, I would say.
Fuck it then.
Okay.
We're just going straight to England. We'll get a coffee maybe and have some.
Yeah,
few
before we get on
spliffs
the.
before we go.
Before we get.
Delete that shit then.
Can I actually smuggle a few ounces of weed back to England?
Oh, for goodness sakes!
It's deadly serious. Aleister Crowley would buy that shit.
It was probably really easy to take it across the borders
I
back
think
then.
back then, yeah, mate. Did we even have passports back then? In the 20s.
Yes. Passports are old
I'm
documents.
checking this on Google now.
You know when they started having ports?
Not then, really. Really?
But not long after, when people started migrating, I bet they had to be official documents as to who they were.
History of the UK passport. 1414.
1414.
Safe conducts.
There you go.
Wow.
Over 500 years.
Wow, yeah. Much longer than I thought. Passports.
Passports.
This will get me past the port.
However, I think taking contraband that wasn't considered contraband then would be probably
That'd be
easy.
fine. I just say it's for some incense I'm burning.
But you must realize that there won't be any skunk.
Yeah, true that.
Hybrids weren't really developed properly until the late 70s and didn't really become extremely popular till the mid 80s and then really exploded in the 90s.
What, the
How do I know this?
The 18
Why am I saying
nannies?
Why am I saying this is tulip? Maybe entertainment.
Well, the legacy could perhaps create hybrid cannabis. Guys, I've got this idea. Never mind chicken in a box. Cannabis.
You're going to be pushed into the pharmacology industry. No.
Yeah, it's a new world, dude.
Oh, pharma industry, man. In charge, big time.
Of
lots of stuff.
Where? Like what, in England?
Oh, tell me. Pharmacology industry's gotten a massive amount of power recently.
What date is the auction?
Ooh.
15. Yeah.
Yeah, what day is it now? We've got to go back to England anyway for that.
It's the 9th.
You get to Sleepmore Manor on the evening of the 10th if you leave now.
Yes.
It's the 9th today then, though now.
Yeah.
But if it's the 9th, then we're going to get there early on the 10th.
So it's PM. It's in the afternoon, late afternoon, when you leave for Rotterdam.
Yeah, now just
hours. So yeah, sorry, on the morning of the 10th.
That sounds far more correct. Yeah. Yep, that's fine, Yusuf. Yeah, bang on. Robbing us of time. Half a day he nearly stole there. Half a day of daylight.
Damn.
Do you know?
That's at least 10 murders.
Yeah. So when we go from London up to Sleepmore, so we don't even go through Hull.
Right.
All those dead people in Hull.
We might learn of something when we get the papers in England.
Well, we might hear about it when we get there, yeah.
Hopefully they've destroyed all that meat that we asked them to.
According to Twitch, which side do I end up looking at you? This side. Would that
Pardon?
be looking at you in Twitch? Would that
Look,
be looking
look
at you?
the other way.
That one.
Yeah, that's looking at me, and that is looking at you.
Neil's looking at me at the moment.
Now I'm looking at you, Seth.
Neil's in the middle for me.
Is Yusef here?
Yusef is here to me, and you're there.
And Yusef is further on.
Yusef's to my left, and you're to my right.
Oh, you're in the middle.
Yeah.
So if I look in your direction, I'm also looking in Yusef's direction.
Yes, you
Oh,
are.
okay. Okay, I'll try and do references like that to help the people at home.
Indeed.
You're both there.
So you're pointing at both of us, yeah.
You're pointing away from all of us to me.
So Neil's in the middle and you're on the other side.
Yusef, the direction you're looking when you look into your screen.
It's towards you two, yeah.
Towards us.
Yeah, it works for me, and it works. Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah.
If I do that, I'm not looking at anyone but the wall.
Get into the corner.
I think I posted a photo, but it didn't come through. It says photo.
One, I think, didn't you?
What, a woman? I got a woman.
That was. Put that down because that's a picture of one of the victims.
So it's then. So we must get there at like. In 13 hours from the evening is like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wait till you see this next.
8 o'clock in the morning.
I'm thinking you're probably going to have to spend a night in London.
Why?
To get the morning train because there's no overnight train to Sleepmore.
Can we hire a private plane?
Yeah, you actually get to Sleepmore
First train out.
In the afternoon.
Can we hire a private plane?
First train out.
In the afternoon, you get to Sleepmore.
Can we go to Croydon Airport and hire a private plane? Why?
Do you remember that? Yeah, viewers, we discovered at one point that we flew across the Atlantic way before it had ever been done on a passenger plane. Bad baby.
Oh, did I say you flew over to England? Scratch that.
Do you remember we did, didn't we? We flew at some point. I don't know, it was the last scenario, I think it was.
On the way to Yemen.
Iran. Yeah. Via England to
you
Iran.
thought you flew? No, you didn't fly.
No, we didn't.
No, you don't have that plane.
No, you didn't fly. What? Yeah, it was a boat. Oh. Took weeks.
Yeah. You thought it was a half
So you
day?
pick up that newspaper article on the way to Sleepmore.
Check it, bro. Gruesome murders in Hull. 5th of March crossed out.
Oh, really? Well, there's some murders in Hull.
I had a premonition about that.
9th of March. Oh, my.
What's the date today?
You were right the whole time.
10th.
I told you that, Tulip.
Let's get ourselves to Sleepmore.
We're a day behind.
So we get to Sleepmore in the afternoon then, early, 1 o'clock.
What date's the auction?
15th of May. Without even looking, I know that.
15th of March.
Oh, March. Right, okay, fair enough. Because 15th of May is my mum's birthday, which is why I'm remembering the 15th so easily. Okay. Oh, don't say oh.
Why?
She fucking ruined me.
Did she?
Liar. Bloody liar. And she's not here now because she's dead.
Damn.
And I still haven't forgiven her yet.
That's fine. In your own time, bro.
Her actions stopped me from knowing my sister.
Okay, you get back.
Yeah.
You get back to Sleepmore. Surly Timbergen at hand.
You read that, Tim? I'll show him the newspaper. He must have read that, right?
Yeah, we'll have passed that to him on the journey. As soon as we got it, we read it, we'd go, here, Pete, take a look.
I told you, Pete.
Okay, it seems we're on the trail, the right trail.
Good to hear that.
I mean,
Oh, I'm a
Mr.
bit,
Tinbergen, we had...
I'm not sure what we're going to do when we actually catch up with the Schlachter.
That's right. We could be dead.
Well, we're pretty certain, as we said, there is knowledge that we can find that will help us in stopping the slaughterer. I'm not sure.
Incidentally, when you crossed the borders into England, he had the correct paperwork to permit him to carry a
Good.
Oh.
Oh, he's a copper. He should. Good. But you stopped me a mid-sentence, and I was saying,
Something.
you son of a bitch.
It must be about the
Yes,
paper.
Tim. We Mr. Pete, we know we can find some knowledge which will gain us an advantage over maybe not necessarily capturing the slaughterer, but ultimately stopping him. Because of the nature of this entity, it isn't going to be something you can put in a pair of handcuffs and take him off to jail.
Okay. Well, I suggest we speak to the local constable, maybe, when we get to...
We know exactly where we need to go, Pete. Don't you worry. Stand by us. So we already know we're heading straight for the manor. Take us to Sleepmore. Drive us to Sleepmore Manor. I was going to say something else as well, and please, I beg your patience while I try and remember it.
No worries.
Oh man, it's really gone. We're traveling there. Oh yeah, Mr. Inspector, I really would like to apologize. There's no way that Devon and I could have foreseen what would have happened to you. Had we known that you were the man to come to, we would have brought our information to you. But unfortunately, we thought that Mr. Vasseur was the man on the case, him being in control of Mr. Belvedere's possessions. Had we known, we would have brought all this information to you, and it would have been you speaking to your commissioner. But I'm afraid, yeah, I'd just like to tell you I'm sorry about that and the way it happened.
Yeah, I understand that it's not a deliberate fault of yours. He's been wanting my job for a while, and until you came along, quite happy to wait for the next victims to be killed, because I had nowhere else to go. So in a way, maybe it's for the best.
Well, I certainly hope so. You're certainly going to learn a thing or two being with us, and I actually think it's to the loss of Inspector Vasseur that he's not here.
Who's not here?
Inspector Vasseur. I'm almost glad he's not going to get to see what you're going to experience. He doesn't deserve it.
Tulip, the man could go mad. He'd be driven insane by what he might see.
Well, Inspector, you've already seen the victims. You've seen those photographs. Expect nothing less.
And a whole lot more.
And a whole lot more. We ask you to prepare your mind for what you may possibly see. I hope at the end of it you say, there was nothing really to fear. I kind of hope that happens. But Devon, that's what you picked up on.
What?
That was the other inspector's hidden agenda.
Yeah, I told you. As I said to him, I can see it's a career move. Oh, well.
Oh, damn. So, have we reached Sleepmore yet? Is there anything else we need to...
Is it on fire?
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's already devastated.
Yeah.
Or in all such places, Sleepmore in Yorkshire, man.
Yeah.
We've never heard of that.
Fuck.
Never heard of that.
Bain't no thing.
Vanished from existence.
There bain't no such manner. Bain't such thing.
Ain't so much thing as that.
Bain't such
Okay,
thing.
so
Ain't such thing as that.
straight Sleepmore Manor.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So you're on
Fine.
foot.
Fire,
You're on
boy.
foot. You're in a village. You have to walk to the village.
Mercy must be around. I whistle.
Make a group luck roll.
No, she's going to be at the hotel.
What hotel?
The one that we were staying at.
Where?
Remember the place that we were going to get put up?
She didn't leave England.
She didn't leave England.
She'd be at the manor.
Damn.
Oh,
You left her at the manor.
She must smell the weed I've contrabanded in.
heck.
Make a luck roll.
Let's just make a luck roll. Group luck.
Group luck.
Group luck. Group luck, for those that are watching, means basically the lowest luck you're rolling on. That's me. 87. Shit.
Damn. And you wonder why I never spend luck.
There's no sign of mercy in the village.
There is no mercy here.
No mercy here.
No mercy in the village. But it's afternoon.
We'll get somebody from the village to drive us
Pleasant. It's a pleasant enough day.
to walk.
We don't have time to walk. Find someone.
Is there a horse and cart that we can find somewhere? I'll go to the local constabulary if we have to.
Okay, parked outside the local constabulary is a police bicycle.
Bicycle.
So it looks like Constable Croker is in.
Got it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the police station and make a phone call, call Sleepwood Manor, ask her to come and pick us up. That will be quicker.
Introduce me to the local constabulary as well, says Vinden Timberger.
Good idea.
That's a marvellous idea. Come on. We'll introduce you to Constable Croker. His name is Constable Croker.
There is no telephone at Sleepmore Manor, if I remember rightly.
Seriously.
I thought we phoned the lawyer who was staying there.
Yeah, I thought we'd.
Maybe not.
Oh, that was it, wasn't it? We couldn't phone.
Right.
We had to go there.
The opposite.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking the Constable Croker Constable Croker. Oh, hello. It's Tulip Jones, Constable Croker.
Back or young Tulip Jones, I believe.
That's
Welcome
right.
back. I hope
Devin
you
and I
have-
are back. And we bring a friend with us who is an inspector of the Amsterdam police. May I introduce to you Inspector Pete Tinbergen?
Peter van Timbergen. He sort of clicks his heels and does like a handshake. Oh, what brings the Amsterdam constabulary here then, Bayek?
Well, let's just say that there has been at least 20 killings in Amsterdam and Rotterdam, all with the same MO, mode of operation, upon the body of De Winter. They were all torn apart.
And these recent murders in Hull.
And right now, Constable Croker, we need to get to the manor as soon as possible. As quickly as possible.
Well,
is there a horse and cart anywhere? Does anybody possess a horse and cart or a car?
Well, I'm sure I'll be able to get you a couple of bicycles from the inn.
That's fine.
We'll be fine.
That's the best we can do.
Haven't ridden a bike in a long time.
Didn't you have a car yourself?
Don't you guys have horses? Are the cars at the manor?
A lot of use is going to do you there, isn't it?
Haha, funny.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Let me see. Let me tap my local knowledge. 7%. That's a
horses. I mean, a bike. Riding a bike. What's that going to come under?
This urgency. Do you think? Do you want me to attend with you? To come with you up to the manor?
Yeah, that might be handy.
Do you know more hands? I mean, we may not, but I would not like to go there to find out that we did need you and you didn't come. So perhaps it would be a good idea to come with us, Constable.
Okay.
Just thinking about all the people that are going to go insane.
I'm sure we'll be able to rustle up a horse and cart to get us up there. That'll probably be the best way we can all travel together. Then I'll be on my bicycle.
Right. Lovely.
I'll go and speak to Beep at the inn.
Maybe do a quick reconnect because you went a bit Dalek, sir.
Am I still a Dalek?
Actually, no.
Okay. I did say he goes to the inn and asks Beep his fucking name.
Did I write that name down? It wasn't Sam, was it? Vicar, Momentum Mori, Chief Inn. I didn't write their names down. Shit.
William and Mary Brewer.
William and Mary Brewer.
Oi.
So he go over to the inn. He has a chat with them, and William rides the barrel cart, but instead of barrels, it's got you two, and the Amsterdam detective on the back, and you go. Get up.
Come on, Neil.
Up to the manor.
I need to pee too. That so bad.
It's something about the motion of the wheels, isn't it?
Yeah. Damn England.
Oh, there's a big bump.
Oh,
That was really good timing, man. Here comes another one.
So as you go up the windy, bumpy path, you notice that to the north and west of the manor is just pure moorland.
Very pretty.
And Tim Bergen sort of
Big tree.
says it's pretty different from the lowlands of Amsterdam and the Netherlands.
you never been to England, no?
It's very flat in your
It's
country, isn't it?
That's where I come from.
Yeah.
And this you've just got, but this kind of looks very bare, although the quaint village. But yeah, you get a good view of the moors, offering an ancient landscape of treeless gorse and grass-covered slopes, and stone-walled fields covering the lower slopes, sheep and dairy farms nestling in the valleys.
Quaint.
It's kind of sparse
He's
And-
right. He's right.
and ancient looking
It's
as
very
well. That kind
sparse
of
here,
land.
right?
Desolate, remote is the word.
Yeah.
Remote.
Like the moors.
Mm.
Moors. That's what
Yeah.
these are. Moors.
Yeah.
Same
Proper,
moors.
proper Yorkshire moors.
Yorkshire moors, lad.
Full of gorse, heather, ferns, rock, hilly, unfriendly,
Went Dalek then.
Yeah.
and all right, yeah,
Unfriendly.
and beautiful too in its brutality.
Mm. Beautiful in its brutality. Wow.
Well, it is, isn't it? Because it is brutal, but my God, that's pure nature. Massive skies. If you've been on the moors, you know how big a sky can look. It's like fucking massive.
How are the moors brutal?
You can get lost on the moors, mate. You can die on the moors very easily. There are
I won't call
marsh
that
bogs,
brutal though.
peat
Getting
bogs.
lost.
There's places you should not go to walk. You're just not going to be seen again.
So it's more like a slightly dangerous beauty.